mình mua đồ ăn cho con mình. Thì thường đi tới khu Việt Nam mình hay mua đồ ăn về cho con mình ăn. Hủ tiếu xào bò. Thì cái này là chỉ bánh hủ tiếu thôi. Còn cái nước sốt này một lát nữa chan vô. Trong này có cải, có thịt bò đâu trong này nè, rau củ đâu trong này, chỉ có cái nước sền sệt nữa đó. Nó sẽ chan vô trong cái này nó ăn. Là xào ướt đó. Còn phần bên đây thì xào khô, cũng hủ tiếu vậy đó. Có bông cải xanh, rồi cải ngọt với cà rốt, thịt bò. Hủ tiếu nằm ở dưới. Thì hai phần như vậy đó là 28 đồng cho hai phần ăn, 28 đồng. Năm ổ bánh mì thịt nguội nữa nè. Thì đây có cái bịch đậu tương với lại rau ngò rí người ta để riêng nè. 5 ổ bánh mì này là giá 44 đồng 75 cent. Còn cái này là mắm cái linh xay, một hũ như vậy là 7 đồng. Thì 6 đồng 99 là mình tính 7 đồng. Cái khoai tây này thì cô Hiền đã luộc rồi. Thì cô Hiền luộc rất là nhanh. Ví dụ nước sôi lên cái mình cho chút muối, cái mình cho khoai tây vô mình luộc chừng 1 tới 2 phút là nó sôi lên chút xíu là mình sẽ vớt ra liền, rồi mình để cho nó ráo. Thì đây là cái khoai tây cô Hiền đã luộc rồi nha. Giống như mình trộn qua vậy đó, nhưng mà để cho nó sôi lên chút xíu nha, rồi mình mới vớt ra rồi để ráo. Thì bây giờ cô Hiền sẽ chiên. Lúc cô Hiền mà vừa cho cái khoai tây vô thì cái dầu nó chưa có được nóng, nó chưa được hay đó. Thì cô Hiền tưởng nó đã nóng rồi, nhưng mà thật sự nó chưa có nóng. Khi mà mình cho vô là nó phải thiệt là nóng. Khi mình cho khoai vô thì dầu phải nóng như vậy mới hay nha cháu. Nó phải nóng thiệt là nóng như vậy mới hay. Cái hồi nãy là nó không được nóng, hồi nãy là không hay. Cái này mới ok nè. Mình chiên chừng nào nó màu nó ngã qua vàng vàng theo ý mình thích rồi được là được. Thì nhưng mà cháu muốn ăn nó giòn, nó cứng cứng đó, thì mình cho nó vàng đậm hơn. Nhưng mà cô Hiền nghĩ như vậy là được rồi. Đó, nó vàng như vậy được rồi. Bây giờ sẽ vớt ra. Bây giờ cô Hiền sẽ rắc lên một chút xíu muối. Đấy, mình ăn cái khoai tây đó có vị mặn nó sẽ ngon hơn. Này mình xóc trong cái tô thì dễ ăn, nhưng mà giờ lỡ cô Hiền lấy cái dĩa nè, trộn vậy cho muối nó tan ha, để mình ăn cái khoai tây nó mặn nó ngon. Thường là cô Hiền chỉ làm vậy thôi đó. Cái nào nó vàng đậm là nó sẽ cứng nè, cứng. Thì thường cái này mình chiên mình ăn liền thì nó sẽ giòn, nhưng mà mình để lâu thì nó sẽ xẹp xuống đây, nó sẽ mềm. Dưa leo này là ở nhà mình mua đó, bữa mình đi chợ ở trong tình mình mua, chứ còn người ta không có cho dưa leo. Hôm trước có cho dưa leo mà sau đó mình không có cho dưa leo, chỉ cho ngò rí với ớt thôi, với đồ chua thôi, cái dưa leo thì không có cho. Ớt xanh, ăn bánh mì có ớt xanh mới ngon ha, cay mới ngon. Sẽ có một ít nước tương. Bánh mì thịt nguội người Việt Nam mình làm rất là ngon, tiệm bán ngon lắm. Thì bánh mì này mình thấy người Tây phải Việt Nam của mình cũng nổi tiếng ở phương Tây, rồi bánh mì của người Việt làm cũng nổi tiếng luôn, người Tây rất là thích. Nhưng mà cái bánh mì thì mình thấy nó tiện lợi hơn, mình có thể ăn bất cứ ở nơi nào, cầm lên tay ăn rất là dễ. Phở thì mình phải vô tiệm mới ăn được. Muốn ăn bánh mì này là phải lái xa đó, đi xa đổ chắc khoảng 45-50 phút á mới tới cái tiệm bánh mì Ba Lẹ này. Cho nên là lâu lâu á, có cái dịp gì đi lên trên đó đó thì mới mua bánh mì này ăn. Nếu mà mình đi khu gần mình đây á, là lái xe khoảng 25-30 phút là khu chợ Bến Thành đó, thì ở đó có bánh mì Sài Gòn, thì cũng giống như vậy nè, cũng y như vậy, người ta cũng làm thịt nguội rồi y như vậy luôn, ăn cũng rất là ngon. Thì bánh mì Ba Lẹ với bánh mì Sài Gòn ăn cũng ngon nha. Ăn bánh mì Sài Gòn thì cả 30 phút thôi, bánh mì Ba Lẹ thì cả 50 phút mới tới. Ở gần khu mình ở đây cũng có tiệm Việt Nam, nhưng mà hình như không có thấy bánh mì, chỉ bán phở rồi bán cơm vậy đó, cơm sườn rồi. Gần đây có tiệm bánh mì nhưng mà của Mỹ, cheesesteak, bánh mì thịt bò, nước phô mai. Sữa đậu nành. Ăn nửa ảo là vừa, chứ ăn một ảo là dư. Con mình đã thích ăn cái này lắm, hồi nãy mình chiên cái hỏi em mẹ ăn quay phim như vậy, cái mình nói mình quay phim nhưng mà con ăn đi, mình nói ăn đi cái nó không có một mớ là ăn. Đó, phải một lát mình phải chiên thêm cho con mình ăn. Cái con nó cũng thích nè, nó hỏi mẹ quay phim như vậy. Cái mình mới nói luôn, kêu nó ăn đi, con ăn đi, để chia xíu thôi, chỉ ăn một xíu thôi. Lát nữa mình sau khi mình quay phim xong cái mình làm mình thêm cho con mình. Cái là bịch khoai tây năm bữa mình mua ở chợ mình thịt ướp chan xong. Đi chợ mà quên mua dưa hấu, có chừng quay phim lên đòi bác thấy dưa hấu có 2 đồng cái mà không chịu mua, mắc cười lắm. Thì có thể tuần sau mình đi nữa, thì chợ đó cũng gần nhà. Cái này trà đẹp hết sức luôn. Cái khoai tây này thì mình ăn chung với món Mỹ thì nó mới hợp, ăn chung với bánh mì Việt Nam nó không hợp. Ăn nửa ổ là vừa đó, chứ ăn nguyên ổ ăn không hết đâu. Để mình dẹp cái này vô rồi trò chuyện với bà con chút xíu. Mình đem 2 cái hộp mắm này ra mà nãy giờ quên nói, thì cái này là dưa mắm, 10 đồng á, ta làm sẵn rồi mình chỉ mở ra ăn thôi, ăn giống như là bên Việt Nam mình ăn vậy đó, như vậy đó. 10 đồng cho nửa ký, 10 đồng là khoảng chừng 240.000 tiền Việt Nam cho nửa ký dưa mắm. Không biết cái này người ta nhập từ Việt Nam qua người ta bán, người ta ở đây người ta làm mình không biết. Ăn ngon lắm. Ăn cái vị y như bên Việt Nam vậy đó. Dưa mắm này hồi đó ở bên Việt Nam là những cái món ăn bình thường thôi, giống như nhà mình đó, ví dụ bữa nào mà không có gì ăn hay gì đó thì đi lại tiệm người ta cũng bán ký vậy đó, mà trái dưa dài vậy nè, trái dưa gan dài đó, thì mình tới mình mua miếng bao nhiêu vậy đó, người ta sẽ cân cho mình rồi cái về rửa, trộn đường, đặng chanh hết rồi đó. Đó là những món ăn bình dân, nhưng mà bây giờ khi mà qua bên Mỹ thì những món này rất là mắc. Giống như hồi xưa kho quẹt là cũng là những cái món mà người nghèo ăn. Đó, vì nhà mình hồi xưa là hay ăn kho quẹt đó. Nhưng mà bây giờ kho quẹt ở trong nhà hàng như trên Sài Gòn đó, trong nhà hàng cũng có món kho quẹt nữa, nhưng mà bây giờ người ta chế biến, bây giờ thì khá giả hơn mỗi lần, nên người ta chế biến cái món kho quẹt nó phong phú hơn, có tôm mỡ rồi này kia, rồi nhiều khi có tôm khô rồi nữa, chứ hồi xưa chỉ là nước mắm thôi, bỏ một ít bột ngọt vô, rồi kho nó kẹo lại, ăn với cơm, ăn với chuối chín, cơm với chuối chín rồi cũng ngon, như đời sống được khá giả hơn, nên người ta làm món kho quẹt cũng đầy đủ hơn. Cho nên cái món kho quẹt là được cũng nằm trong nhà hàng đó. Bây giờ được chọn nằm trong nhà hàng. Có những cái món hồi xưa là bình dân thôi, người bình dân ăn, nhưng mà bây giờ đã đưa trong nhà hàng mà cũng được nhiều người thích đó. Bữa nay mình ăn bánh mì thì bây giờ mình sẽ nói một chút về cái công dụng của bánh mì nha. Hôm nay mình muốn chia sẻ tới các cô, các chị, các bạn và
Hôm nay Châu xin là cho Châu tự làm cánh gà. Trưa nay thì mình sẽ nấu món cà ri gà và món cánh gà chiên giòn. Ở đây mình cho muối vào nước để luộc cánh gà. Cánh gà thì mình sẽ cho vào nước và luộc 10 phút. Xin chào cả nhà, hôm nay mình sẽ làm cà ri gà. Đây mình có đùi gà. Đùi gà còn ít nên là mình cắt thêm ít gà. Mình cho gà vào đây để ướp. Để ướp gà thì mình băm hành, tỏi, sả. Sả này là sả đông đá. Hành tím, tỏi, để ướp gà thì mình cho muối, cho đường, cho bột nạc, bột cà ri, nước mắm, hành, tỏi, xả băm. Bây giờ thì mình sẽ ướp khoảng 20 đến 30 phút. Cánh gà này mình đã luộc được 10 phút. Bây giờ thì mình sẽ vớt ra. Mình cho gia vị ướp gà. Cho bột tỏi. Để ăn với cà ri thì mình sẽ nướng bánh mì. Thì nấu cà ri hôm nay mình có khoai lang, khoai tây, cà rốt, khoai lang này ngọt lắm. Giờ mình bắt đầu nấu cà ri, mình sẽ cho dầu để mình chiên sơ gà trước. lan mình cũng cho vào chiên sơ lên. Gà sôi lên mình vớt bọt. Mình cho thêm mấy khúc xả vào cho thơm. Cho cà rốt, khoai tây, khoai lang vào. Cái nồi nhỏ quá nên là nó bị đầy quá. Mình sẽ cắt ra như thế này cho dễ chiên ha. Mình cắt ra như thế này xong rồi sẽ tẩm bột chiên. Hôm nay Chô xin cho Chô tự tẩm bột gà này. Đó thì mình đã ướp gia vị rồi nhưng mà Chô nói là để Chô cho thêm tiêu, thêm tỏi gì đó. Rồi mình sẽ tự làm luôn. Vatitas. Cho thêm bột cà ri. Mình đã ướp sẵn rồi đó nhưng mà Chô cho thêm bột tỏi, cho thêm bột cà ri. Masvano. Cho thêm bột bún. Ở đây thì mình đã chuẩn bị sẵn cái bánh mì đập nhỏ, rồi bột mì nè. Mình trộn luôn bột mì vào cái bánh mì đập nhỏ này. Mình nấu một nồi cà ri, còn mình làm sẵn cho Chô cánh gà. Bây giờ thì Chô tự tẩm bột, thì Chô thích cái món này. Còn đây là bánh mì mình đã nướng xong để ăn với lại cà ri gà. Hôm nay mình nấu cái nồi cà ri này nó đầy quá trời đầy, tại vì mình cho nhiều khoai lang nè, khoai tây nè. Cái này thì mình cũng đã nấu được 30 phút rồi. Bây giờ thì mình cho nước cốt dừa vào. Cho hết lon nước cốt dừa 400ml. Mình cho thêm muối, thêm nước mắm, cho thêm cà ri, mình cho bột bắp, mình quậy với nước lạnh xong rồi mình sẽ cho vào nồi cà ri. xíu dầu điều cho nó có cái màu đẹp ha. Mình chiên cánh gà. Cà ri chín rồi mình cho hành lá vào cho thơm. Cánh gà cũng đã giòn, mình gắp ra. Mình đã nấu xong món cà ri gà. Bây giờ thì xin mời cả nhà cùng ăn với gia đình mình ha. Xin chào cả nhà, bây giờ thì xin mời cả nhà cùng ăn trưa với ba mẹ con mình ha.
Chào cả nhà.
Đây là cánh gà chiên giòn chua từ tẩm bột, mình thấy là chua nêm thêm gia vị. Đây là cà ri gà. Hôm nay thì mình có khoai lang. Lần trước ăn thì cà ri nói là khoai lang ngon hơn khoai tây. Ăn kèm với bánh mì. Ngon, cho vào nóng chín luôn. Cũng hơi lâu rồi, hôm nay mình mới nấu cà ri gà. Có nhiều món ấy, nhiều khi không nấu lâu để quên luôn. Also da gibt Fleisch, wo keine Knochen sind, denn da ist wirklich so. Gà tẩm bột này mình tẩm, mình dùng cái bánh mì khô á, xong rồi mình đập nhỏ ra, xong rồi mình trộn với bột mì. Thì cái cách này lần trước mình thử mấy lần rồi mình thấy ăn khá ngon, nên là bây giờ mình cứ làm như vậy á. Bánh mì khô thì bánh mì ăn không hết á, xong rồi mình để cho nó khô, xong rồi đến lúc mình đập ra mình làm được nhiều món. Cà ri mình thấy là nó có khoai lang á, ăn cái nước nó rất ngọt, ngon. Cũng có khi mình nấu không có khoai lang thì mình chỉ cho khoai tây thôi. Nước cà ri ngọt lắm. Mình nấu thì mình không có nước dừa tươi, mà mình chỉ cho nước cốt dừa.
Nein. Eigentlich viel weniger.
Gà mềm lắm. Ba mẹ con mình đã ăn xong rồi, mình cũng xin dừng video tại đây. Xin cảm ơn cả nhà đã xem video. Bye bye. Và xin hẹn gặp lại video lần sau.
Goodbye.
again, traveler.
often do these types of pressure plays on the Stimpy continue.
What are you joking?
Yeah, but that stall it first and then yeah, whatever. Panic. I'll go with kill them with
Flashing
classic
side.
if they're
Sorry, you can't come. Needed. Andre var.
Foolish.
Come on, let's.
Preach, preach.
Come on,
One
enemy remaining.
3 out of 5.
Eco Cobra!
No, yeah, shots me through smoke. Go Cobra!
Eco Cobra.
You saw? It's like...
Cypher, thanks for setting your stuff up. It's super useful, man.
Doing the sheriff. Okay, I see you have a better gun.
Better sheriff.
So,
Wagon. Go for it.
wagon? Okay.
Yes, this should do.
Jet, come here, Jet.
Let's go.
Well, why are you baiting team? I understand. No one aiming.
Help!
I got stunned.
Save me. Nice.
Cage trigger.
It's still in smoke.
Last player standing.
I mean, I'm spraying with a Spectre, the gun that is spraying faster, has more bullets. I'm not hitting a
Who
single
are
bullet.
you?
He is running with the Vandal spraying, he hit 4
Where
bullets.
did you come from?
Okay, feels like now it's time to run deep with Phoenix. You can go for B main if you want, or for arcade as you want. Where do you wanna go?
Oh, this is a nice spot.
For arcade,
Go
better
for
than
arcade, go for arcade.
Yes, this should do.
I stand close. Sorry,
Unblock me.
you smoke.
me. Smoke.
They smoked to me B main also. Close the
Flashing.
I have my ult.
Down you go.
Landing
Now,
open.
where is everyone hiding?
I have to flash.
No more
Come to me,
cards
guys. Team. Oh.
Enemy down.
Nice.
1 HP!
I have still
One enemy
Raise
remaining.
that 1 HP.
I have still to flash.
I have 2 flashes, one.
You try the same old tricks.
Рашей нам.
This goes here.
О, милпач! Спасибо
Рашей?
большое за 25 месяцев. Ё-моё. Рашей.
This is a nice spot.
Спасибо большое за... Сейчас я даю тут мне хорошее настроение. Спасибо большое.
I smoke instantly, guys.
Давай. О,
Cage trigger. No more targets left.
Shoot him back.
Go city,
fire.
go city, go city, go city.
Cage
But I'm on it, I'm on it. Oh
Okay,
my
go away
God.
now, go away now. Oh, well,
I
one more
am
here, one
so-
more here.
Watch your cam if you can.
Alex, can you hold my ropes?
One
Ropes,
CT.
Alex, open door. Just jiggle. I'm gonna jump.
I have stun.
That's incredible.
Yeah, okay.
I will stun, I will.
Love it.
2 CT.
Nope.
I have nothing now.
One enemy remaining.
No, it's good.
Yeah, man, what happened?
Oh, why is this smaller?
Rush B.
Save my friend.
Rush B.
Okay, this is-
This goes here.
I hate the default one? No, I don't hate the default one. I don't like the default one though. That's
Yes,
it.
this should do.
I don't like the singularity one. I don't know how to do it. It's kind of what it is.
Flashing tower.
One can't
Yeah,
he mullet me, I cannot help.
Flash,
Flashing
flash.
side, flashing side. Planting side.
Prepare for hellfire.
I can't.
We have one more smoke.
It's a walk country. smoke.
Spike down B.
I've got your trail.
I'm dead.
One HP.
Remaining.
One
What's
more.
it?
My Optimus is ready. Where is everyone hiding?
There.
Dead.
Is the.
You know more than you did before.
It's one tap.
Ah, this is a nice one.
What we gonna do? Mr. Bob?
Rush. Rush A, I go this
Nice.
solo.
Goes there.
Okay.
Yeah, I bait everyone, sorry.
Problem, no problem.
Okay, sounds good, alright.
I'm not
You
smoking
want
main.
flash main again?
What the fuck? I'm being blessed.
Closer.
Half HP.
Two more.
Spike down A.
Two more.
Oh,
We get side.
Logging city, logging city.
flying cat, so.
One enemy remaining.
Cage 3.
Oh my god.
Nice, bro. Sorry, I'm not cover for you, bro. Sorry,
It's not your fault, he's flying in headshot.
Rush A.
Hey, it's Hyper, he's gonna hit it.
Okay, I remember. You return me free.
Where we rush?
Free.
Where we rush?
We rush A, we rush A.
Okay. Phoenix, come here, don't stay.
Stay.
You do your aim improvement. Yeah, I do it.
And smoke instantly.
What is your aim improvement? You can find it on my YouTube.
Should I ult side?
Yeah.
Why don't we open it?
Got jet your two
Good measure.
fans.
Have a
It
good.
was nice ceremony.
That's a good ulti. He's left.
Here.
Sniper go push.
Bro, can you open the door with him? Oh, he's oh,
Get fucked.
One dish.
He played fuck yeah.
Two.
Two flashes still, by the way. Looks like.
Dead.
Wait, I have my own word.
That's it.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna first.
Take the spike.
Nice
So
one.
close.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, you cheated.
Not on.
You killed full blind.
Oh,
Yes, you cheated, bro. I report you.
But it was a super good shot to be honest.
I check it. What the fuck?
Like it was instant reaction.
Where we rush?
We rush A, one more
That
time.
goes there.
Yeah, I mean,
One more time, eh?
I don't-
Okay, let's go.
I don't know why you second time flashing. Like when I'm fighting, you see that I'm staying in the middle of the mid. Yeah, I'm just staying like in the middle, like not left, not right, in the middle. And yeah, okay, I flash.
I'm good.
Why fight it? We keep rushing, we never stop.
Oh my god.
Our spike carrier is here.
Spike down A.
I'm fucked.
City winding.
Last player standing.
I was right. But if you don't win, you can just leave the game. Okay.
I know exactly.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, bro.
Nice, nice. You see, it's the best motivation. Am I right?
Yes. Best motivation.
Rush B?
Goes here.
Rush B, rush A. That's how you win Masters.
I mean, on Masters, I'm doing a bit different.
Yes, this should be.
I rush A, after that I rush B, after that I fake B, after that I rush A. So
Oh.
it's a bit different. And sometimes you add some default, sometimes contact, sometimes you playing against ops, sometimes you're using abilities.
Yeah, it sounds easy.
Yeah.
It's done.
I flash up.
Right.
They're pushing again.
Camera taken out.
I'm blind again.
Go close, I'm flashing close. After kaboom.
Kaboom.
Kaboom, bro. Hey, what? Bro, what the fuck?
Spike down B.
One more. Oh, I died.
Kaboom.
We have Phoenix here. Go rotate, go rotate.
No, I go kaboom.
Last player
But when he
standing.
double satchel over my trap, I was thinking.
Anlıçko. Bro, you don't win, go disconnect, okay?
Okay, I go AFK.
Use
Finally.
kaboom, use kaboom. Fast.
Before that, City brother.
like this, right?
30 seconds
Oh,
left.
so in chat.
What the fuck?
The legend.
Anti.
Shift picks up. I go AFK.
I told you it's like on Haven. Shifting. Okay, I see.
I miss my kaboom, that's why we lose.
Okay, I have incredible plan. We go 5 dish. No, 5 dish.
Go kaboom, that's incredible.
That goes there.
Maybe
Oh,
I
five
can
dish.
kaboom.
5 dish.
Okay.
5. It means 1, 2, 3, 4. After that 5. You understand? Don't use any ability. Shift.
Full
Full
contact,
shift.
guys.
Full shift. Блин, I report нафиг.
Is- Bro, you're
Okay.
always running.
Oh, listen me now. Go contact. Prim, use that kind of smoke. Smoke. And we rush CT. Ready?
Okay, wait.
Давай.
Multiple enemies A. I've got your trail.
Нафиг.
And another fan.
Last player standing. Flawless.
So
Better
what
shell,
the
bro.
fuck?
I mean, yeah, they say we didn't do it.
Last round in the half.
Yeah, okay, kaboom, man.
Like very good.
Guys, I have a good idea. Guys, go 3 arcade. I'm mullet power. Go
This is a nice
dash.
shot.
After.
Okay, I'm gonna kaboom city.
Solo main. You go kaboom.
Look it like guys.
Takes pick.
Brimi, what you line up? What's your lineup?
You throw molly in the respawn.
I can't say it, bro. I can't say it.
What?
What is this cam?
I'm mullet.
Cypher's playing B. I flash tower.
Careful trap.
Kaboom is coming.
Maybe side.
No, side clear.
How is side clear?
Spike down B.
Video.
1 HP.
Default.
Minus 60 degrees.
Last player standing.
Oh, nice, good round. Nice clutch.
Yeah.
Bro, why you lying,
No kaboom.
man?
No kaboom.
I don't know, Jet is not talking. Jet is inside, but
Switching
he's not talking.
sides.
Bro, he has a smoke here.
No more
He can't
charges
say
left.
it, man.
Where do you think they go? I wanna fight.
Yes, this should go.
I think
This is a nice. This goes here.
Jet jumping, but not speak.
Hey.
Hey. What's up, the wonder child?
as I have only to smoke, I smoke B main and A main.
Go play with them, bro. I don't have to block you.
I'm standing.
Oh, it feels like it's rush. Opa, they already have it.
Kaboom is coming, arcade.
Me not, heaven not.
It requires
Minus 80 Brim. No, how that's not a headshot? I don't
Last
understand.
player standing.
Aha. I thought I whiffed this round.
There is 1 HP, guys.
How that's not the headshot? Like,
Spike planted.
where am I aiming?
Raise 1 HP. Item vardı.
Ama ucu mu?
Hello. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, my
He's
Alex.
trolling, guys. He missed all pistol bullets.
Did you saw what happened with the Phoenix?
No. I hit everything.
Breach, come on, like.
What's your total damage?
That goes the
19.
No, it's not your fault, bro. It's Jeff's fault.
Okay, now we don't talk about it, right?
No. Talk about what?
About 19, when 3 people behind.
Stanove.
Probably just rush.
It's A.
You want kaboom?
Not yet. I want smoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
So dead. Top side, top.
Spike planted.
Uy.
Last player standing.
Oh.
Check your cam, check your cam.
Each trigger.
Ness is trolling, guys. He bait me.
Yes.
They're usually distracted once I retrieve them.
Make sure you take advantage.
Guys, I have a good idea.
Uh-huh. I'm listening.
Stay side.
It's
I'll tell you when to start.
is it funny?
Goes there.
I'll smoke a main.
Yes, this should do. This goes here.
Do you want, guys?
Yeah, go Kabu.
Okay, I'm not smoke.
Stop.
530
I'm stuck.
main.
Alex, stop.
You stun, stun.
Not the primordial ones brainwashed food.
530 main.
Kabooming.
Playing.
This.
Come play here, come play here.
And bind me a word.
You want flash? Yeah, wait, flash.
Guys, this.
I'm rotating.
Spike down A.
I can smoke it.
Yeah.
Two dish, one main.
One more.
Raise man. Tag. This.
Wait for me, I come
I'm
from
picking
behind.
here.
Are they side?
I'm
Raise
loading.
main and
Yeah.
one.
Just wait for me.
Last
bro.
player standing.
Oh, fuck. 2. Item 0.
They destroy me.
Yes, traveler. What might I help you with?
Let's go this
Hey.
side.
Ananas, bro, you steal me out, bro.
Just come.
Huh?
This should do.
Give me my...
Talking of good hauls, a reminder that there is an A stream as well running simultaneously to this one. OG versus Gamer Legion is in its third map right now. If you wanted to watch that later, cover your ears. I'm about to say the score.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Third map, and Gamer Legion are dominating OG. That's not what I was expecting. A lot of us leaning towards OG, but Gamer Legion coming in hot on Ancient. Check that out if you fancy it. Blast TV for all of that goodies. 3 leading B with the bomb. Yakinda coming through. Back up into OC. Big shot from the AWPer. A change of pace from Cole trying to bring the fight to Liquid, but they leave empty-handed. Elige firing off shots, dancing around the smoke. Trying to channel them with these Molotovs, but there's a lot of friction. 1, not enough. 2, not bad. But OC's into the side no less. And only Floppy with a bit of damage onto Yakinda. He'd have loved 1 just to set Halzak up with a winnable 1v2, but instead there's 3 coming for him, gunning for him. And a 12th round for Liquid on this attacking half seems imminent. Well, Halzak, he's done the impossible on multiple occasions, but off the first, gets Nitro. OC baits the shot. Hang on a second, there's something to be said as OC doesn't shy away from the fight to close. A 12-3 scoreline. Liquid looking strong, looking potent. Cole, they need to have quite the half when we return. All right then. 3 rounds is all complexity you have to boast upon Liquid's pick. This is a head-to-head with elimination at stake. On machine, I've got Charlie B, otherwise known as Sponge. And we're hanging out here live from Paris for the Blast TV Major. It seems like Liquid seem to have gotten the sleep out of their eyes. You know, those eye boogies that we all have to contend with. Well, in Counter-Strike, it's let them hit.
Well, I think Complexity got conjunctivitis right now.
Okay, yeah, well, they're not nailing it. They're not having a lot of fun. 3 rounds all they had to boast from their defense. It does set the bar quite high for their attack. Pistol, dare I say it, integral.
Results are blown out now. They were much closer before, and Yukinda's about to get a face full. Or is he about to give the face?
Yeah, hold on. This is brave. This is brave. He runs straight into Grim. Good util as well. They've got space. Can they replicate? Not forgetting Liquid had a perfect T-pistol to start off proceedings, and it was onto this B-bomb site. So far, so good in the flowchart. Nitro working on that long flank. How's it got a good angle to contend with that?
I don't even know how you meant to exchange. Same thing. This is like deja vu from that first half of play. What are you meant to do for your Liquid? There's so many different crossfires that you have to contend with here. You need someone to hit an absolute banger, a barn burner, something to get it started. And that party looks like it's already come to a close thanks to Halzerg.
Yeah, they can even tighten their crossfire. That's a big one. Takes down Floppy. Naf is doing a lot for Lick. With one more would have been interesting, but JT will secure it. Not quite as clean as Liquids, but there you can see just how difficult it was to regain control of that lost site.
Yeah, they smoked over towards Dark, right? Which is what I think flushed them out into those fights. So at least they had something to work with on that retake. So this was tidy stuff from Colt, no dramas. And again, reminding everybody, Anubis is a T-sided map. So let's see if Complexity think anything you can do, we can do better. Now they've switched on over at Liquid. Well, they want to try and get over the 16-round finish line ASAP. They've opted here for a force fight. So while things are still a little bit shaky, they want to take advantage of that before Complexity can really warm into this map. Plenty of 5.7 Deagles and even a scout for OC into the mix here for round number 2 of the second half. And just as I was keeping track of those opening frags, and we were talking about the importance of those for the CT side, we'll continue to keep tabs on that here as we flipped on over. Now you can see this heavy B lean on the radar, zoomed on in to show you just the cluster of players, top mid, B side. It's just really a Liege tending with the middle and A side of the map. So a gamble from Liquid, but I like it. If they lose A, they'll just hold on to their goodies. They'll have the double dip. So they'll use this again into round number 3.
You can see the death trap to be sprung should they contend with no one there, and they haven't got any particularly information investigations towards B long, so it is just a leash here.
Just hoping.
Yeah. Like, anyone fancy walking into my crosshair?
His biggest positive right now is if they do come through middle of the bombers here, he has to deal with 3.
He's no slouch when it comes to putting the crosshair on the head. Up he goes, and down goes Halzerg. 1 and 2 from the Elise.
They'll go for this now. Yeah, definitely now. Look at the util that's left over. Smoke flashes. The rotation already starts to come in. There's multiple members on the flank. OC puffing up his chest with the scout and making some noise. They can be a flash into A main to take this initial fight if they do this right.
He's been having a nightmare holding on to A on the first half.
Here comes the flash, surely.
Yeah, Naf's lining it up. That's the duel ahead of the flash. Naf didn't get it out of the fingertips, and Yukinda goes ahead of it. Good damage onto Nitro. That might call it off.
Yeah, now they should save it. They had a crack at going for that, just mismanaging the options on that retake there. There was a conversation to be had, but Liquid not getting it done as a unit, and Complexity. They will suffer those early casualties to Elysia's dig. It's left the storm. They grab their 5th round. They'll even hold on to 3 rifles here.
Spoiler alert. Cover your ears. Spoiler alert.
Dan, when did you record that?
Yeah, it's a soundboard I've been working on. Makes my job easier.
Really cool.
Gamer Legion OG. That's right. It was an elimination game running, and it looks like OG got their head in their hands. Surprise to many. Gamer Legion survive and will have the 2-2 record for one last stab at getting to that legend stage. Spoiler over.
Yeah, well, I think this is what we need a visual element for it.
Otherwise,
right?
Be muted.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair.
And I see someone running through the living room to grab their remote. It's like, no, Alex, please!
They're covering their ears, they're shaking their eyes, see no evil, hear no evil. Go on. Elysia's dig look good. I'd like one more. But so far, so good. You know, if they could...
It's the same round. Look at the setup. Same round.
Might have a different result.
Yeah, well, they have a few more things to work with, namely that Galil this time round. Otherwise, they're hoping that it is the B finish. But if it's the same round for Complexity as well, which it looks to be, 3 middle, 2A,
they're going for B info
have a
this
similar
time.
result.
They're going for B info this time. We were kind of critical of that before. Now they'll have heard that flash. Surely one of them's going to be responsible for the fade. Surely one. Thank you, staring at it. Elise again at his usual destructive ways, takes down Grim.
They just heard the Galil, so do they reroute now? There's a minute on the clock, they're going to go to B.
It's quick. So is Yukinda and Naf, though. They've got the read on this. He's got to tuck in. Oh, gets the smoke out. He needed the headshot, yeah. Belated on the smoke, and now the site is lost, as is the round. So call that 6.
Yeah, Nitro holding on to this fine. OC, he's going to try and find this rifle in the middle, I think. So that's an upgrade, indeed. But same situation as the first half, right? Complexity, it's not necessarily a default spread, but pretty standard anti-ecos where they have a good idea of how they want to flow through the round, keeping in little mini packs and, well, bringing this to just a 6-round game now, and considering how good Liquid looked on their T side, and considering how rough both teams look so far throughout the Challenger stage, anything is possible here. This first gun round will be very telling for Liquid. Remember how we discussed the first gun round approach of Complexity, having the rifles but lacking key pieces of utility. The same conversation will not be had for Liquid, who can have the AWP for OC if you'd like to drop this Galil. Plenty of util, everybody with the rifle, so you'll see Liquid gets the full gun, he's much earlier. Those slim casualties that Complexity took, they're not necessarily the end of the world. They can still purchase here as well. It is actually going to be a Liquid. Back to the timeout here to have the conversation. Daps, one of the many Canadians we have in the server. Well, technically not in the server, but one of the members of the teams here today. We got 3 Canadians in total, Alex. We got a little bit of the NAF action, Fang, and of course Daps. TC on the other hand, from South Africa, alongside his in-game leader, JT.
Yeah, I mean, wow. It's global offensive, and indeed we do have a wide spectrum of global attendees.
It's just, you know, what's going on in North America? They can't even field their own teams. They gotta have, everyone's having an import. Halzerg from Norway, Yukinda from Latvia.
Yeah,
come on, guys.
I mean, I kind of like it in terms of catching them up.
Yeah, but that's like Greyhound having someone from Singapore.
Yeah, it wouldn't quite be the boys anymore, would it? Here we go. We're off to the races.
A-map in this.
Yeah, this is looking like quite a lot of pace. Now, a bit of chip damage on the nade, sure, but Grim's across. Can be utility to flush him out. Yukinda's going to smoke dark, which might imply they're coming for info B.
So they went looking aggressively for a pick. They've got Grim over to this left side. I like to call this pool. I don't know why.
I'm fine with that.
I'm calling this spot pool, and he's hanging out.
Treading water in the pool.
And he can activate late here, so he can be a nuisance as he peeks back in towards that site. OC has some dramas to worry about. Players coming doors, as well as the house, and Halzerg's AWP set up for this fight.
So they kind of, well, positionally, they seem to be suggesting they know what's up. Fang's not giving the fight. Halzerg's looking to catch OC on an overextension. Is he catching little glimmers? Yeah, he is. Just waiting for an overextension. Yukinda's been cut down to 50. Draws attention, and the finish comes through. A lovely combination, a 1-2 punch from Complexity to open up. Nathan and Liege. This partnership, iconic for North American Counter-Strike, as Nitro has been lost on A. That might spur them into a commitment.
B split. All right, through Temple. Who's that?
OC. Okay, what? Committed. If he hits the dig, it's awkward. What an impactful round. As it was about to fall apart. If OC's dead, call it done. Instead, a 3v3 takes shape, and down goes Grim on B. This has fallen through the fingers of Complexity. JT and Floppy, they need to turn this on. Turn up the heat and recover as OC's just laid down the law. Floppy to disrupt. Can he catch something? Oh, it's nailed it. Nailed it on the silent now. What is that?
No, the second jump up, I definitely heard a step there. And that would have been common for the teammates as well.
Hold on, Main coming. If you can get the timing right, what you see? He was. And Elise will finish the job. Well played. OC gets the extra brownie points, an extra share of dessert at the Liquid dinner. Because 13 secure, and it felt like Cole had that.
Can you, someone explain that to me? So they had a player B main, Grim, right, who wombo comboed with JT, Tikuri Yukinda, that was perfect.
Yeah.
That means they also had a player Dark. Then they smoked off a connector, ran through it.
And yes, but
they could have done a B split.
Certainly, but they also were right in thinking that there was only one player edge.
Sure, but they didn't have the, as you saw. Yeah, exactly, Grim. What? Because there's no trade potential. It's 2 players running through a smoke.
Yeah, right. And in terms of OC hitting that dig, you know, it's pedestrian. It was such a lovely amount of time for him to pull that one out and blow their heads off. Oh dear, I mean their heads are going to be in the gutter now after that one.
Yeah, Grimm's statement I think says it all, and it's fair enough, right? Because they did the right thing of finding that opener. I don't know where the call came from, if that was a JT call, if that was just the players thinking they were making the right decision. I guess after they did with Nitro pushing A, yeah, okay. Just if they still had 30 seconds left, they could have grouped up a little bit more. That's maybe the biggest critique right there. Pick your poison, but at least do it together.
Oh, Floppy's getting very aggressive. He's just walking along back. But then the Ooh. That feels bad, man. Feels bad. Grim has a go. He's not wrong. Kinder likes to play that tight right. JT, this is ballsy. Safe from the Molly, trying to catch a slight sliver of Yakinda exposed. And yeah, Naf. He's already secured the round. Fang with a little opportunity. OC seems hyper aware of the gap, but does lose his life. So 1 from the Canadian, and now he's got a final 4. Naf just ducked under as well. It's not something he's going to be considering. You can see that's his blind spot under the impression. It's not going to be occupied. So 14, it feels like Liquid's pick. It's on its way.
Yeah, I think that last round tilted them. Then this was the gun round where they had a chance to try and bounce back and get back into winning ways. But by losing that, now we've got Fang 3.5 at the high end and Grim 1.9 at the low end. Everybody else in between. So we're not going to be able to get too much of a purchase here. Lost bonus 2,400 into the next, so it'd likely be... I think that they may as well force, because it sucks for them regardless here. Being down by what is now such a margin, just 2 more for Liquid to get across the line. We have Overpass coming up next. Now, if you want to use the hashtag BlastTV Major, tag Alex and myself, @Sponge, @Machine, GG. Let us know your thoughts on the matchup so far, and maybe we can talk about them in our next little segment we've got coming your way. Let's focus in on this last little potential B explosion.
Okay, well, Yakinda has actually gone down, and so has the B defense entirely. Nice combination into the side for complexity, and I mean, this was do or die right here.
Liquid should just go fishing here, right? See if anybody oversteps the mark, they can find a pick to get back in. Otherwise, the advised decision would be the save, and you can see they're already understanding that. Just some nades, especially if you're on the retailer and you know you're going to save, you want to show some presence. Shoot an alt bullet, spam some bullets through a smoke, throw out a HE just so they don't think you're saving immediately, and that's going to just slow them down on the hunt, because I'm sure Hauser, JT would love to get themselves into some upgrades as well. But a great little round right there, and it feels like they're trying to really exploit this B defense. Yakinda getting bullied over towards the dark position in multiple rounds. They're more than happy to pincer in on him. He's playing quite far forward, so we'll see if that evolves.
Well, that is a gift. I mean, just as we and many logical, critical thinkers have written now Anubis pick, thinking this has gone Liquid's way, there is just a little glimmer of hope just chiseled into the stone there with a quick 1-2 punch, 2 frags, and a lost B sight. So you can see how that one felt from Naf's perspective. White screen and eliminated.
That perfectly summarizes.
These plays are so hot.
Yeah, but, and you even get to see like the players' reaction in the moment of how they're handling that situation. So really giving us a lot of context on how these scenarios are unfolding here is, well, chopping and changing their preference of sight here. Complexity heading as a unit over towards A. And it seems like a good call. They've conditioned B a couple of times, and it's forced Liquid now to play 3 defenders over towards the B side of the map. OC's joined the party. It's Elysian Nitro, mainly Nitro. The man to defend is playing in a somewhat retake position from Heaven. So if they full exec, oh, they're coming ahead of the Yuto here.
Elysian Yakinda not far behind, and Nitro contributes with the opening. Grim not expecting that. Oh dear, it's fallen apart. Ripped apart upon the entrance and disrespecting that Akon smoke. You can see why teams typically like to have a molly and a smoke to, you know, a la jungle smoke, bench molly.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just, it's such a brutal push. And there's so many other things you want to be clearing.
Missed AWP shot there. JT in the clutch, Alex.
Come on.
Well, a missed AWP shot is the only reason I'm saying it's a bit of a blessing.
I'm with you, because he should be dead.
Yeah,
and now he is.
Okay. He's got some type of Kevlar on there, JT. Just dodging bullets, absorbing them. All right, well, we're back where we thought we'd be. Because they're so focused on Nitro here. You can see how, like, focused on his position. They just come on through. Nobody really looking. You can see they're trying to transition to the side to get that bomb down. And, yeah, the shake of the head, the tut of the tongue. This one has Going down the gurgler here. Team Liquid looking to pick up their map choice. If they can get it done, it's just 3 AKs, 2 Deagles, and very light util to work with here on the complexity side of the server. Great game from Nitro, isn't it? 17 for him. Nafi's also actually great game from everybody on Liquid.
What's great is, you know, on the T side, Yukinda was the one that got them that flying start, right? Like a 7-0 or whatever it was. And from there, everyone else has come online nicely. Full team contribution, great chip damage. And with JT's headshot onto Nafly, OC is going to have his plate full as he takes down Grim. Oh, and another from OC. Rocking and a rolling to finish this one. Liquid's pick 2 clicks away. Floppy, Halzuk, what do you got for us? Lost bomb, lost hope. Halzuk with a gap in mid for now. Let's have a look how much you can build out of this one. Yukinda's going to be summoned to acknowledge that gap. He doesn't really have the health to contend with it. Oh, loud. Very loud. Yukinda was not expecting that. A clean headshot from the Norwegian. And now that pressure comes from both fronts. He's loud about this. Forces Osi to acknowledge. Baits the shot. Looks for the finish on the spray. Chips him down. Now they can combine. And there's a round to be had after all. Floppy and Halzuk not giving up. But still Nitro an issue. As a headshot comes through. Damn, Halzuk on the dig, on the rifle. He recovers and Colsay play on.
Now, whether or not they can bring this back into a really competitive fair and then take us into overtime is a different conversation. But in terms of a little bit of confidence for some of the individuals with their plays or moves going into the next map, their map choice of Overpass, that's a positive, right? You've seen a couple of them, like Fang with the 5-7 in mid on the first half. JT had a couple of nice bangers on the Deagle here. This one is going to be a confidence booster for Halzuk. The double AWP setup of Halzuk and Fang finding some success as well. So if more of these names are starting to contribute with multi-kills or things that they could get excited about or be proud of in terms of what they delivered, that's a good sign because the series is not done yet. But the serious nature of what is on the line for both of these teams is going to sink in for complexity after this map, right? 100%. The elimination going into your map choice, all the pressure on you to then convert and take this to the third, see if we can go the distance of Inferno.
OC, yeah. Flashed in forward. Fang stampeding. Head to head. And one out despite the help from Elige. And Elige's Molotov implies he was quite close. Fang will burrow into the smoke to try and build upon it. Already a nice kill.
Well, Naf's push here. Nitro's gone down. If that didn't...
It gets worse.
Yeah, this should be a Liquid save, right? They've lost complete A control. The bomb's then transition back over, but...
If they don't...
Elige is investigating.
Floppy hasn't cleared this, so if Halzuk's knife out... He actually acknowledged it, but still Elige is going to be perhaps the unknown entity. He hasn't made a peep.
Floppy should have it.
Good. Diligent clear. Necessary one. That was the only way in which that was going to go awkward, go south. Admittedly, Yukinda will catch Fang's investigations, but that was just for information. Hang on. Naf has got Grim as well through mid. It's still that 2v, whatever it was, 2v5. It's not going to be any more than just those exits to get themselves away. And so Cole will find themselves at 9. Yukinda will not be saving anything. Naf holding on to his M4 as best he can. JT last seen B. He should be fine for this one.
Okay, well, they just one round away from the double digits now. It's difficult to get too excited about anything at this stage of the game.
I spoke too soon, Chad. I spoke way too soon.
Well, maybe it just kills everybody.
Yeah, oh damn, the flash was just a second too late now. Incendiary down, they can't chase. And Naf successful.
You didn't speak too soon at all.
Yeah,
so you spoke right on time.
Yeah, okay, fine. They just need to keep doing that. Just another what?
6.
6 on top of the 2 they already had.
So that'd be 8
in a
consecutive.
Row. Bloody hell.
Anything's possible in the wonderful world of Counter-Strike.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that, you know, within the opening, Liquid found 3 to at least find 15. OT at a minimum, but they will not be happy with that. If this goes all that way, they will probably feel like a loss as they head into overtime.
Well, this is the thing, right? They've done all the hard work at this point. They just need to find one more, and they understand they're on the harder side of the server, right? So these aren't going to come easy. But when you do have opportunities that you should convert, like the round where Halzuk came through the back line and took it away, that's the ones that are going to sting. So losing rounds like that, they're the problems. Losing standard rounds where you maybe give up an opener or get traded, and that's okay. You can understand that, especially considering the bias on the map here. Now with this save rifle, they're just going to partially invest behind it. The loss bonus 2,400 into the next tier for Liquid, and this is where it can get a little bit wonky, right? Everyone add the 2,400 onto the totals you see for everybody right now. That means that into the next round, Nitro's only going to have, well, 4,400. You can get out an M4, you can get out a bit of Yuta with the Kevlar, but one of the key factors for Complexity on their CT side to at least get a few rounds was double AWPs. So if that's something we want to see from Liquid, it might not come out in the next round of play. It won't even be possible for OC unless it gets dropped. And, oh, bam. Yeah, Naf's being dropped. The rifle into the hands of the aforementioned AWPer.
Grim could be victim to that Yukinda P250, the perfect weapon to finish off that low HP. Oh, again, just safe from the nade, but during the obscured view, JT's caught. OC, he scavenges away Naf's rifle and puts it to good use.
If they go and knock on the door of A right now, Nitro, well, this is a rifle that can be picked up here.
Yeah, and just a whole lot of info.
This round's scary. Nitro just blocked A. Right, this is what I was bringing up here. He still had a smoke, so he's blocked A, and this is going to buy 20 seconds for Liquid to find out where they are. Rotate across the map. Now put these two rifles in better positions. This is not the way you'd want things to close down if you're Complexity.
I mean, they don't know it, right? But dropping down and charging into that B bomb site, they have no
way of
knowing. There's no one willing to take that gamble. I mean, yeah, Grim's got low HP. He's likely going to go first. It feels like they're running into the trap. Floppy, maybe he can get some more investigations. They are still running in. Yukinda with that AK found. He's got armor behind it. Don't forget OC, still ready. Does deliver the first. It's falling apart. Elise delivers.
20 seconds.
Not like this. Complexity does shut it down, and they will extend and play out another round, but doing it the hard way.
Yeah, right. Going into the stack and still converting the round. So the pressure moment starting to build here, but it is just 5 rounds. Just the 5 rounds required here to get us into OT. Now that was just a Liquid partial with a save rifle. Now the full guns will come out. It's going to be M4s aplenty. 4 silenced M4s. And Naf's going to be the man rocking the A4. Diffuse kits. I'm not seeing any of those right here. So there are the problems I was talking about, right? There is a buy. It's just not the best of. The util, it's there, but if we find ourselves in another post plant, maybe just another Liquid save here. 5 kills, that's all that separates them from getting that one done. Maybe starting to feel the heat right now.
Almost definitely. Cool lineup from Halzak from that 2-stairs position to get Floppy in and call a main clear. Be able to call Fountain clear.
Liquid are expecting a B again, right? They started 3 players B side again. Ooh, a Liege and Yukinda. Okay, well, that could be that.
Yeah, it could be. It certainly could be. Awkward as hell right now. We got OC and Nitro to respond to this A-Hut hit. Molly will deny them. Likely going to be peeking bricks. Floppy. Oh, actually, it's Halzak who connects. Nitro punished for taking a glance.
They're deep in the site here. Heaven push. OC's not ready for it. Blindsided by Floppy now.
Okay, what a recovery.
Remember, no kits to be the save.
Yeah, well, you'd think so. You certainly would think so. Alicia's having a little bit of an investigation, but I think the hard part's been done. Chill your beans, Floppy. That's enough. They're coming. Util doesn't do too much. Still bomb, about half gone. Looking for it. Quick. Hitting the shots. Getting uncomfortable now. It has to be Halzak. He needs 1. And they're coming from 2 different elevations. They have the smoke, but Halzak hits it. Okay, 2 from Halzak. Still not enough time for Yukinda. He has to concede, but they do make it costly. As an 11th is secured, and we talked about that run. This will be their 4th in a row.
Yeah, that highlighted smoke right there could have made a big difference, couldn't it?
True.
So that type of a round, it feels like Liquid are playing that as if they're not in the position that they just need 1 more round to win.
I'm with you. Like, as in, like, it almost implies they're feeling like pressure.
Well, because now it's another partial, right? So another partial buy here from Liquid, which means Complexity maybe get up to 12. And then we see the guns come out again. And I had that conversation about the AWPs, where are they at?
How many was it? Was it 3 alive? Like, you could have had a pretty valid attempt into this.
You could have bought this round.
Yeah.
If 3 people stayed alive, they could have dropped down 4s. They could have bought.
Okay, well it's getting closer than it perhaps should. Certainly in Liquid's mind.
And that's backed up more so because I just spoke about how many silenced M4s they had in the previous 4 out of the 5. So it definitely could have dropped. Oh. They're rocking this same situation again. 4B on the stack and just 1 player lingering mid or A.
The criminally undercleared corner, and understandably so. You can see Naf with his snub-nosed pistol, hoping to be overlooked. Diligent stuff from GT. Right in the corner to clear that. Doesn't look like they're going to. Oh, the temptation from Naf. The temptation, they're not going to clear him. Two backs are turned, and this is really falling apart now. 3 in a row, 3 consecutive frags. A nice one through the smoke. Halsek still doesn't get the gift of a kill. Tags up Osi, a leg shot through the smoke. They've lost the bomb. And it seems they may have lost the map to this limited buy. Yes, Nitro, the solo A player, goes down, and Fang can go round the world for the rest, but with 35.
He's got to get a move on. I have to say this fight needs to be more brazen, be heads up. Do you want to win the round or do you want the kill?
God damn, he's taking his time. 25. And already Yakinda's going to be locking him to try and once again take these duels slowly. Yeah, there you go. Fang's gone, and it seems like the hopes of Complexity forging this comeback will join them. 16 is found. Took a little longer than they would have liked, but Liquid, they will take their map pick. And Complexity going to be having to have a bit of a team talk in preparation for Overpass, as they've got to win their pick to survive here at the Blast TV Major.
first time Royal Arena, playing in 2017. We want to win the first time on Danish home soil. Device is sick. We have to play with Dennis as a stand-in. I don't sleep 1 second the whole night. I didn't even understand. I remember me 5 in the morning, going outside, going for a run. I was like, what is going on? Why can't I sleep? And then I go back, I try to sleep, my heart is pumping. I was like, why did I do that? Why did we go for a run? We go to the venue the next day, and I see the mega bus, and I'm like, God, I didn't sleep the whole night. We somehow managed to get to the great final. Everyone is really happy, and we're 9-0 up on third map. And somehow we managed to lose that. We were 9-0 up on T-side catch. I'm never going to watch that game back. Never in my life.
Hello, fellow human beings. How are you doing?
Hopefully. Or maybe there's some dogs that are watching the stream right now. So you're a good boy.
Yeah. Good boy. Someone really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Someone
Hopefully.
hated that as well. But I did see a dog that really liked Ariana Grande. Did you see that?
Ah, yes.
No. They just put on the TV and he straight up goes, watches howls, loves it.
Loves it.
Yeah. I wish I had a dog.
Well, Alex, we asked people if they were loving this.
You said to start general. Was that too general?
Yeah, well, you know, how's that local sports team the weather lately?
Oh, yes.
We could be that general.
Yeah.
But no, we asked people to use the hashtag BlastTV Major. Now, someone used the hashtag Blast Paris Major. They were close.
Tried.
But we didn't have too many people tweeting us. But if you want to get activated on Twitter, you definitely can. But Ashen says, the matchups are great, but I love you guys. Now, that was the only one we got. I don't want the self-fellatio. I would prefer something that's a little bit more...
Well, I'll check my tweeter. Hang on.
Your tweeter?
Yeah, I'm just have to be...
Is that the new name for it?
There's glass on my screen now, and I'm just terrified of having...
We need to go fund me to get Alex a new phone, I think,
so I'm kind of using the bottom half of my phone exclusive.
What have you got? What's the action there?
I've just got Owner Pixel asking me to say funny words.
Funny words.
He likes it because he's like a puppet master.
Yeah.
He just tells me what words to slip into the broadcast.
Well, we're making some deals in the future. Maybe he's going to start sending us some subs.
Yeah, why give him words? Like, let me see you appropriately use.
Give him some German.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Oh, that's not German.
I'll give you a German one. I think there's actually a German version of that one. How about, I can't even a single complex German word. Wait. Entschuldigung.
Scherzo. Anyway, as well, if you want to check out all the action on Blast.tv, both streams are available. I'm taking a look right now what Connor and Launders are up to. They have the FaZe vs. Fours game, which could be a bit of a banger.
Have you got on that one? You got Fuzzy?
I do have FaZe, but Zorti right now is an absolute monster. Here it is, a bit of a B-stream update for you. You can see him getting into round number 3, isn't it, though?
Yeah, and Zorti, I mean, isn't he the highest rated player right now in the
Yes, yeah, he's been a beast. I think Shelfie as well. I talked to some of the other players around there. I was like, yeah, Shelfie, he's a bit of of a monster. So yeah, this Force team is definitely getting a lot of excitement, and this is a qualification match to the Legend stage, whereas our one we got right here is an elimination match. So maybe we should turn our attention to Complexity versus Liquid, which will be going down the same map as you were just seeing there, Overpass. Complexity might need a talk or two before they get into map number 2.
What do you think about... Hey, he's fraternising with the enemy!
He was in their ranks!
Doing a bit of research, a little bit of espionage.
Map
from
2, they think I'm one of the team.
Yeah, they still haven't noticed me in my Liquid jersey. But, I mean, yes, the pressure's on Colt, right? I mean, if we were to frame this is their map pick now, and they have to treat it in the same way Liquid did, because they've just got out of the gates, sprinting, and it's a must-win game for Liquid. Obviously, it's a must-win game for both of these teams, but in terms of expectations, Colt, they have that slight edge in the sense that not many of the community expected them to be able to trifle with Liquid. I think that changed when we saw the Liquid attend.
Sure, I see what you're saying there. I think for Liquid, with what we're talking about for that side of the server, is that if this team was to get eliminated here and not even make it to that Legend stage, there might be changes for this roster coming in the near future. And I don't expect it like the next event. We know those are going to be taking place in America, so I'm sure Liquid would love to be together for those. But, you know, we've got CS2 coming, we've got the player break not too far away. This is the only major for the entire year of 2023. But as we look at Overpass and we look at all the changes that Liquid have made in the run into this event, we're seeing so many different setups that they have available, the way that they're approaching some of these maps. It feels like Elysian Nitro together a lot more, it feels like Yikinda and Napa together quite a lot of the time. I'm curious to see how that's going to pan out on Overpass, because the last time we saw them play this was back at Pro League. That was back in, how did the months go? January, February, March? That's the one. March was the one I was against ATK, and they were able to scoop that one up 16-7. So I guess it's confidence for Complexity of why they've decided to take this one here to Overpass. I thought maybe they'd want to try and trifle with a little bit of Nuke, considering how Liquid's Nuke can look, but also I would say that Complexity's Nuke can also be somewhat rough around the edges there. So yeah, look, this is the classic, the cliche, but Orpus really do have a very big say on the tone of the map for Overpass, right? Because if your OCs and your Halzerks on opposite sides of the server are able to find a lot of traction, opening picks can be very, very key. You know, the longer side, like that's all the generic stuff, but the Orpus really do have a lot to say. And the other key component, especially on the CT side, is your bathroom rifling, right? They basically get their own liberties to hang around, aim at if you want to do it in the fashion of rain. So keeping our eyes on the A packs, right, the AWP and that rifler, that's going to set the tones of how, especially Liquid, who will be starting on the CT side, are going to be approaching this map.
Yeah, and Hal's, of course, high-rated player of Complexity in that first map and so far in their games. If anyone is listening Norwegian, I want a fact checker on my pronunciation, because his name, it looks like I would pronounce it Hack-On. Like his first name is Hack-On. I feel like there's some wordplay to be done here, but I just need to make sure I'm not butchering it. So how does a Norwegian say
I saw
I'm making it sound Italian.
A lovely picture of his family. They were like supporting him and stuff. Yeah. How's it? Because it is his first major. So maybe if they have Twitter and they're watching, or maybe a family member could be like,
is it really his first major?
Yeah.
He's been around the block though, you know.
Dignitas. Dignitas were Imperial before Imperial.
Very well done.
Using names to sell jerseys. Yeah. Isn't it a fun one there? But yeah, second major for JT, third for Grim, second for Fang, second for Floppy, first for Hauser. On the other side, you've got the 12 for Nitro and Elige. You've got 10 for NAF, 4 for Yikinda, which also seems criminal considering how much we love watching this guy on our screen. Quite the personality. Also a big fragger, and OC at his third. So that's the numbers. And that's I guess, it doesn't really tell you a whole lot about this matchup, does it? No, it just tells you about their major history.
It doesn't, but I mean, Yikinda, you say how much we enjoy having him on our screens. I also enjoy the way in which he gives his interviews. He has sure gotten him into some hot water in the past.
Well, people love quoting it against him, don't they? But at least he says something.
But that's it. I mean, you know, which one would you rather have? You know, a player that keeps all of his cards so close to his chest that they have no personality, which actually Yikinda's old team kind of fell victim to. Or, you know, you go out there, you put yourself out there, you present, I mean, a curated, honest version of what's
it's their perspective.
Like, for example, this quote: "We all feel pretty confident because this was our first complete boot camp where we could work on maps and get ready." If that's true, Liquid's first, like, and when he says complete, as in, I guess he felt like it was an actual satisfactory,
good use of time.
And then you come in and you get blown out to the point where you've got to win 3 best-of-3s consecutively to survive at the Challenger stage. And I will remind you that, you know, though this is a broad part of the Major 16 game, the top 16 in many players' minds is where you can claim I was in the top 16 of the major. That feels like an achievement in itself, and one of these teams is not going to be able to say that at the end of, well, this map or this series.
Yeah, definitely so. We can explore that a little bit later, but let's get our teeth into this pistol round.
Yeehaw!
4 players in connector here for Complexity, and I will say that they always are known, especially JT, for geeky utility. And this is a map where his flashes need to be impeccable. T-side dual Berettas for Hauserk is something outside of the box here, but JT with a smoke and a flash, true to his name. As OC from Divider is going to get a shock here because they've actually picked the perfect timing. They're so much closer than he expects, Alex.
Oh, right.
So much closer than he expects.
He is about to get a rude awakening as Naf does fire off a good shot, and so does the entire force. OC beheads another, Fang done. And it's only Floppy for 1 in the rebuttal. This one's already set in stone. This is locked, and indeed Liquid loaded to find another pistol round. Now, I will remind you that winning pistols wasn't necessarily an immediate correlation for Liquid yesterday up against Fluxo. Am I got that wrong?
No, they got the first 4.
That's
and
right.
Lost a lot. It was Fluxo who was struggling with the pistols.
Yeah, but exactly in that sense, Liquid were winning pistols and not winning maps.
Yes,
that's what I was trying.
Yeah. Well, that in itself is very true. I thought OC was going to get overrun here. Lucky that Naf was hanging about to make things a little bit easier on him here.
All right, the sleeves are going up for this one, Chad. I reckon we're going 3. Let's see.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're done in 2.
I know you are. I know you do. But I'm here. I'm flying my Complexity flag. I'm practically American. I call football soccer now.
Oh, okay. We've lost him, have we, everybody? I'm sorry about this. I apologize. I know the majority of our viewers are European.
Nah, for sure, dude. I love soccer. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, no, I'd like to apologize to everyone that I may have offended. Floppy looking to, well, actually go for a little bit of early control. He's got himself out the short pipe, and no one's going to be housekeeping short.
Look at this monster push, though, from Liquid, right? On
It's
an
early.
anti-eco, or an anti-force. The terminology, I suppose, needs to get updated with the times.
Do you clear Floppy, though? I mean,
Yes.
yes. Oh, sorry, I thought he'd be in the corner. That's the end of that. And this is going down about as well as it could have for Cole.
But look how trapped they are. Look how small the map just got. One of the biggest maps. Look how tiny it looks on that radar. They can't go back. They can only really go forward. And that's going to be into 3 players. OC towards Long, Elige in the bathrooms, and Yakinda helping out where it can. Oh, they've had a bit of a gap into a bottle of flames.
Yay.
I wonder if Nitro comes down behind them here.
I mean, I feel like
He wants to.
the kind of game he's having, yeah, he could stop there, but he's not.
No. And he might get a couple kills.
Beats, murder, destruction.
Oh, JT!
Yeah, he hits it, but Naf is immediately there to finish off what his captain started. Maybe there's something to be said here about Grim's gap onto Naf. I assume he's going to clear his right-hand side. He does deliver. Costs him half his health. But Grim through, and Hauserk bringing that bomber through. If they can find a lead, we're cooking with something. Hauserk's been hurt, they know where you are, and Elige does not let up. So, Liquid, a nice start. 2-0 to get started. And, I mean, this is kind of reminiscent of how that defense on Anubis was going in terms of Complexity. Not too many frags in that department. We've got 3 so far across these opening 2. It's better than Anubis.
Definitely better.
Yeah.
We'll give them that
I
much.
think it was the first 5 where they really didn't get much going in
But
that department.
if you're Liquid there, you only lost 2 MP9s. So yeah, it's all good, you know.
Good play.
And Nitro doesn't even need a gun. He's just going to rock and roll with a Tech 9 here, understanding what the buy situation is going to be looking like. I was just taking a quick scroll back and having a look at... Oh,
It might work.
duck names. Maybe. Nope. Dodged.
Shut tester.
Duck, dodged. And dead. That's the name of...
So is Nitro.
Sorry, boss.
Yo.
Relatively costly now. Right, the TK and then an M4 if he grabs another. Pretty good round, considering the investment here.
Oh, yeah. It could have been even spicier, but it's all fine. No stress, 3 alive, and actually Naf with 3. Make it 4 kills if you include Nitro's skull that he broke.
Hauserk can't afford the AWP here, but he's going to bring out the Kree. So he's going to bring a scope into the first rifle round, but taking care of business are Liquid. And, Naf. He's not going to be feeling too bad about that one. That's just sometimes how she unfolds. Now, OC will get his AWP out on the other side of the server. Let's see how Complexity want to go on here. Floppy and JD to try and open up some space towards B. The extinguish from Fang to get him some space in towards the playground quickly. Grim in the connector position. 2-1-2 split right now as Jacinda flashed off. Back on the head of Naf here, looking for a fight towards Connector, and you can see this is on a bit of a time delay.
I mean, I was surprised to see, you know, the Liquid roster having such a targetable overpass when you consider how beautiful Jacinda's ex-team Outsiders and LVP played it. You know, they have such a thorough approach for it in terms of regaining map control, and you can see the Liquid have certainly started to embody some of those similar traits. Sound, yeah, that's Grim burning down Lil in the underpass, but particularly substantial. 5 of these one-shot headshots. Going to start maneuvering into the final push, but the bomb is monster side. So with all of this control banana and re-smoke monster, OC's going looking, and he has a lot of support behind it. Oh, misses the shot. I'm aware. And they want to try and force the issue, but he has so much support. You know how confident he is. They're coming for you. And OC will get one. Gets away. Eye back to the scope for more. Oh, JT. Yeah, that's an easy collection. It gets so clean for Liquid. Only the one casualty. Mission accomplished. Daps happy with that one. A subtle clenching of the fist to celebrate as Liquid remain undefeated here as they look for that 2-0.
Yeah, nicely handled round right there. You force them to take the standard map control, use their util, be diligent with it on that T side. At about the minute mark, you go for a re-aggress to see where you can find them, make it more jarring. They have to react to your presence, and they weren't able to topple that A defense whatsoever. So a fantastic start for Liquid here, and I'm sure they would love, for the confidence sake, to get this one done 2-0. Right, start to make your life a little bit easier, because they'll still need to win one more best of 3 tomorrow if they have any hopes of making it towards that legend stage. OC looks to be overrun here. Needs to be very careful.
Get out of there. Get out of there. It's very close. We keep up time. Yeah, he's actually gotten away.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, the Molly is channeling them into his scope now as he's got the support. Nitro will catch Grim with the lick of the flame. And this one's going to be resulting in the same. Elige puts the bomb on the ground. Hawkot, by the way, is how we call him.
Okay.
Still a gangster name, and yeah, Fang burnt down. And still hits a cracker. He forces OC on the rebuy. JT's D, certainly gonna have one in it, but Naf goes looking. And on fire indeed. Liquid on fire. Somewhat of an oxymoron. And Complexity probably feeling a little moronic themselves as they find themselves on their map pick, yet to find a single threatening round.
Yeah, I'm going through and looking at the CT setup. It's just the same for Liquid. This is one where they haven't changed an awful lot here. So I guess this is a map where it's a little more difficult. When I spoke about the rigidity of like the AWP traditionally being an A and then having a strong rifler, I think you'd only chop and change maybe Elige or Jacinda in that position. Yeah. But I think Jacinda likes the fact that he gets to be the rotator, right? He gets to pick his poison. He can be that third A player. He can go and start B and help them out and do the different boosts and setups here. And here's the boost again. So haven't been able to find the success through this just yet.
Well, you can see how multifaceted that boost is. You can hold the edge of the smoke, you can hold the door if it's naked off like that. Again, the one to throw it out, smoke's up for now.
I think he was hoping to get that through the door, because it was already open because that smoke came through, so maybe not getting his lines perfectly just there, Jacinda, but... Again, this is very par for the course. Maybe you haven't watched a lot of Overpass, but the T's need to buy this map control back off of the CTs. They spawn in the bomb site, essentially, and then they push up aggressive A. They lock down the B site, which is the earliest target for the T's. It's the quicker of the two sites that they'll be able to get into. And, well, that opens us up to a lot of different options and all different looks. But this is one of the maps where the transitional defense is still very key, right? You need to show yourself forward a little bit on the CT side, whether or not there's too much bite behind that as we bark into B.
Yeah, JT. Nitro on barrels, it's Jacinda. He seems to be in the right place every time now. Naf to be tested, it's good from JT. Can't find the multi, neither can Naf. Nitro's still here, they're looking for it, does get away with one.
Just delay now.
Yeah, he's done great. Liquid with the advantage, if they could just find Nitro in the smoke. Bang spray, shy, and Nitro will take the double. This is, oh, it's not pretty. It is not pretty. Felt like Complexity had the best chance so far in getting into that bomb site, but yeah, just traded out. 6 for Liquid, still untouched, unscathed.
Yeah, really good stuff from Nitro there, has to be said. Just staying alive in that position, right? It's buying a lot of time for his teammates to get in there to make sure even if he does go down without a kill, he's bought that time for that rotation. Those trades possible, but even get some work done on his own. So really good stuff there And double Orps is Liquid's 7th round of play here. So this is curious. Yikinda with the big green, OC the same. This is potentially an unraveling moment for Complexity here, because they could walk into Orps across the map.
3-2 split to start off this defense.
Oh, look at this.
Got something cooking. A double Orp, and Yikinda's the one to try and
they're trying to
connect with the Zoom banger. Yeah, contact, not the play. Weren't expecting an AWP to be posted. It's a great call from Yikinda, and he could even find more. He's already put Floppy in an early grave. And more around the corner as well. Fang and Halzak now have to pause. JT covered by Nitro. And that's the chance. And he still hits the shot. Yikinda nearly 3. Fang giving it a go. Grim distracts. Fang ahead. Still can't get through Nitro. Feels like he's locking it down here. Delivering. As he does get caught by the spray. 1 versus 4 for Grim against his old team. See bomb under OC's watch and purview.
It's just so difficult to even consider this for Grim. There's another smoke on a leash here that they can lob out towards Monster at any time. This is a really standard defense. You used to see this a lot from Cloud9 with Nafany playing the position that Naf finds himself. And you have the likes of...
Oh my god, maybe Nafany was just a huge Naf fan.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know why.
That was Naf Fanny.
You missed what I did.
Oh, sorry.
You said there's a big Naf fan, and I said I don't know why.
Oh. Wow, actually...
We've done something there.
We did something.
We did something.
I enjoyed it. I got a little bit of a dopamine release.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I don't know if...
Not much more.
They're not giving us a lot, are they, Complexity?
No.
Halzak's got 0 kills. 2 for JT, 2 for Floppy, 3 for Fang, 4 for Grim. And Grim is, well, maybe the perfect word for this right now.
Yeah, Grimness for sure. Oosh. I mean, you don't want to get locked out like this. It's a horrible feeling. Like they haven't done better than 2 frags across these 7 rounds.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Normally in these scenarios, I'm happy to give teams the benefit of the doubt if rounds are close or maybe they're just losing, and there's a couple of scenarios where they're keeping the money in check, but they're not doing that. They're not keeping the money in check. Naf has 7k, Elise has 7.6, OC has 9.2. That's after a full buy. Nitro has residual of a little bit as same as Yikinda. So it's not even like Complexity have them in a breaking point. What would have to happen is Complexity going to take a partial behind this Grim saved AK. Then they move into the next gun round. They need to make sure that they can, string 2, potentially 3 rounds together if they want to break them. Then they can have a really good tee up. 4 or 5 become even possible at that point. And hey, who knows just how deep this one could run. But it will be light investments off the back of that timeout around this AK to try and make the most of it. You may as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, nothing else is sticking. Let's try and facilitate Grim to have a pop-off. And the money is getting a little out of hand now for Liquid. Those survivors we talked about, the absence of frags from Cole has meant those coffers have been swelling.
One of the other problems with last round is essentially, and we didn't need to highlight it because it didn't matter, but Liquid had 4B as that fire was coming the entire time. OC was heaven, either just before or after that first Yikinda AWP kill came in. So they were all there ready to deal with that.
And it's going to happen again.
Yeah. Look at a leash.
They've got 4 here. I mean, and this is such a luxury. So many teams, if you get the right reads, you can have 4 in the right place. Maybe Nitro. No, never mind. It's Naf life. I thought he was in trouble. So did he. Flashed off, spraying in panic, but Naf's got his captain safe and sound. There's all of the potency in this one. Fading away. Bullet by bullet, frag by frag. JT's Deagle. Just hanging out, popping on a wash.
When you start games in a hole like this, even on maps that are heavily sided, right? It's like twice in a row, you've got no momentum, you've got no steam, you've got nothing to get excited about. That you have to hope to have another comeback into the game. You don't have an opening pick at all. You don't have a single opening kill.
Why not again? At this point, TC is probably feeling equally as helpless. Because it is, I mean, as we've been highlighting it, it's not to do necessarily with any sort of like mis-executions or mismanagement. You're just, at this point, running into the meat grinder round after round. If you can't get through Nitro, then Naf is there. If you do get through Nafly, you've got Yikinda to deal with, and they're just being outplayed, on an individual basis at this point in time. Thought overpass was the one. Thought it was the gap. Thought it was the gap in the armor where they could perhaps hit their shank. And ooh, JT's got an opener, Chad. That is the first for Complexity.
All right, let me make a note.
Please.
1,
Well, the advantage is short-lived.
But we can turn one for Halzerk as well. If he can get a kill on his AWP, we'd love to see him online. I spoke about the importance of the AWPers, but right now we got the Riflers as Liege is going to take down Grim and Connector. Another body hits the deck, and now it's a 2-on-4. Another helpless rounds here.
Yeah, and Liege, I mean, he doesn't need to go looking towards Party, but the temptation may get the better of him. So they've got full info, they've pushed Monster, they know nothing short side, so really, OC, he's just going to be jumping to confirm their suspicions. Trying to do so safely, obviously you don't want to be exposed to Halzerk's post here.
The biggest issue with this right now is Nitro's pushed out the B side, so the A will get wrapped on regardless. Liege can come up connector behind them at any point. OC can give up the site. All he needs to do is make the signal. Hey guys, they're here.
Yeah.
Now there's rotation over. 2 from bank side, or CT side, then 2 on the flank. They're pinned in, they're locked in.
No way they get out of this one. 2 versus 4, and yeah, even Halzerk's unable to plant. He actually hits the shot onto a lead, but brought down to 10 HP. Has another go at it. Nitro long, so won't be able to dispute the plant. See, known to be bank. It's going to fall to Floppy again. They're ready for long. They're not ready for long. Taking this space is good, though. Halzerk hit another shot onto Naf. Can Floppy convert this 2 versus 4? Already on the defuse, the answer's no. 9, continuing their streak. Liquid rack up another, well handled in the final close.
At least there was a question. There was a question for a moment.
We weren't 100% certain.
You know what else is happening, Alex? Up next on our little B stream right here, we got Apex versus Pain.
I still don't know which way to slice that one out.
No.
I'm a bit of a Pain fan. I like the individuals of Pain.
I love Big Zera's story as well.
Yeah.
Picking a
and Zevi as well. Frustrations, apparent and understandable, considering what's at stake here. You know, you packed your suitcase for 2 weeks, but you only won a couple of those gaming jerseys before it's unnecessary. Look at this forward position. Floppy's done well into the side, but OC keeps it level. That's 2 now. Can we see Cole breaking down? Grim, ouch. Nade will finish him off. It's Elise with a top spin Pokeball to the base. And bang, next victim just straight into Elise's scope. M4. They might consider it clear after that one. Hiding out in the depths. Graffiti.
Another 2-on-4 situation here with the bomb at T-spawn.
Yeah. And the 2-man push, bit of a role reversal now. As the CT, the pushing monster, and there flashes through for the double peak. It gets so easy for Liquid. You can see, I mean, they're not celebrating a 10-0. Right now, it's just like I told you, they've clocked in. They're at the office, and they need to win 3 best-of-3s back-to-back.
I don't think there'll be any celebrations until, or if they win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because this one here already feels like a foregone conclusion. It's going to continue to go that way, isn't it? Liege is looking tidy, and this is always a fun fact. Yeah, and OC still trying to bring that hype. Everybody else, hey, maybe he'll break through one day.
Maybe after the 3rd best-of-3.
Someone else might celebrate his 2nd time out for Complexity now.
I mean, there are players on this roster that are indisputably legends, you know, and yet Legend stage could very well elude them. Complexity, however, don't seem to be in a position to disrupt the Liquid run.
We've had some more people get involved on, the Twitter sphere.
They tweeted me their good boy. Like they
had a pump up.
Very happy looking border collie of some description. A real cutie.
And so Bumbo says, I feel like if Liquid can make it out of the Challenger stage, they can make playoffs. Definitely up for conversation, I think. They can warm into the tournament for sure.
I mean, if you kind of get it out of the way, yeah.
Look at this change, right? So they've dealt with the B plays time and time again. Now they're playing a 3-man A start. So they have actually OC's AWP down in connector. Now they have Yakinda and Elise ready to bop with the AK. Spams away. Won't find the kill, but OC here in connector to try and help him out. And then if they try and go long, they'll have to go into Elysia Tree.
It's actually not a bad call to back away from this completely. But obviously, as time passes and as no action is found, it seems Yakinda's already starting to get a bit...
They come a connector on this.
Yeah, well, OC would be screwed. He hasn't revealed himself. They don't know it's Hope down here.
Oh.
That's not ideal.
I think it was her. He's still not turning around. OC.
OC's getting hunted.
Maybe oh my.
And the Fang hits the scout shot. Okay, Elish down. OC does need to get out, and he will. Oh my god, he just goes back in for another. A double dip, loses the AWP, takes Floppy out. Some weapons in play. And Yakinda a forward position. They may overlook this. Latvian can pull home the 11th. Liquid in the perfect gap. He's thread the needle. Uh-oh, and desks will be slammed. As Halzak with a nade in his hand from behind. Grim, the next one. And oh, he just about turns around in time.
2-on-2. Rotate down, connected towards B here. It looks like it's just going to be Nitro to deal with on the site. He's actually just smoked offshore. At 17 seconds, run through Idea as the missed the molly. Everybody's dead. Come on in, he says.
Oh, no.
The water's warm. Nitro with the double.
Jesus.
And that's 11 now for Liquid.
Yeah, they got 16k practically after that one. It's one-way traffic. It certainly is. No way in for Complexity. We've had 1-16-0. Oh, I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have.
Yeah,
I ruined it.
you did. But that's all right.
Just somebody's on the slip of the tongue. Slip of the tongue.
Everyone has to get a blowout at the major. It's part of the law. Everyone needs to come and get blow. The story that you were talking about a little bit earlier, yeah. Yep. I feel it.
I mean, it's great that we get to hear the players' frustrations because, you know, we can speculate, but it's apparent and it's been made clear.
Hard confirmed, isn't it? All right, well, if they can salvage 4, right? If they can salvage these next 4 rounds Complexity, we can still have a conversation. The game's not over yet. This is the real last chance.
Yeah. They've got everything they need to make a round out of this. Toilet info through and Alalong. You're worried about your kid, though, knowing he's getting pushed up, but he's everywhere. He's all over the place.
Omnipresent.
Yeah. And that's it looking rather godlike. And Sloppy's got Yakinda to deal with every time he's in the right position. This time a forward short pipe push. Onto Floppy. Nice timing on that smoke from Moji. That will limit their options. He has support as well. It's Elite actually going more aggressive than he needed to. Delivers onto Grim. Nitro needs 1 and does find JT. So a 2 versus 4 established as Halzak is next victim. It's too easy for Captain America. Justin Coakley. Screen as white as mayonnaise as the 12 comes through. Depends if it's Belgian. You get a nice that kind of yellow.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, white as helmet. Specific.
Brands now are coming out to play.
Or any other, man.
Yeah, whatever your preference is. 12-0.
The Dijonnaise, actually, is my preference. Those French know how to do it, too. But we've, I like the way you framed it, Chad, in sense of...
what, 12-0?
No, that 11-4 would have been a good scoreline.
Yeah, it's 12-3 is also okay.
All right, Chad. 14-1 is also okay. 15-15, it's good. Yeah, we'll see. Let's go. They've got 4B.
You know, no matter what happens, North America wins, so...
You're right. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Oh, God, look at the pre-aim. Nitro's already switched on. Wants the smoke, now they boost, and OC tested. Good kill from Fang. Despite the obscured view, he does contribute. Yeah, it's an opportunity. It really is with these Tech 9s. I take it all back. It's Yakinda. Slices and dices. An ambush falls flat as the 13 does come through. Yeah, on fire for sure. They have been for the majority of this one as 13 rounds in a row. And the best Complexity of Mustard is 3 kills in a round. Insufficient. Yeah, they're just... I mean, can we just call this one a straight out match? Like, outgunned in terms of the individuals that are plugged into the server today?
It's crazy to see OC still getting upset with that death right there. It's like, bro, it's all right.
It's all cool.
It's all good, man. Don't worry about it.
You get to play another best of 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, you're now going to go into a 2 to 3 minute break with what could either be a 14-1 or a 15-0 half.
Or a 13-1. Or a 14-1 for sure. Tinder, he's just mad. He's frustrated. He woke up seeing red today.
You have to be happy with this, though, if you're Liquid, right? I understand that it's against Complexity, but still, this is the best they've looked so far.
And I mean, I don't want to mischaracterize.
We had the Apex and Force games that they lost. Those are the best ones that they lost.
But was Overpass, a quote-unquote punished for Cole? Like, were they trying to target a weakness? Not so much, actually. It's just one of their most successful matches.
Yeah, it's like they were comfortable, and I think if they were going for a weakness, at least of what we've seen recently, like, take Liquid to Nuke and try and deal with them over there, but at the same time...
Oh, bro, I just looked at their Overpass. I think you've already said this, but yeah, like, in terms of the team's complexity of competing for their win percentage, it's all just, Imperial, MIBR, Pain.
Yeah, I also think with Complexity on Nuke, maybe I take that back. They lost to Pain 16-4 on it, right? That was the game that I feel where we lost all the steam. As 14-0, all 5 stay alive. And I think I'll do some maths at halftime. We'll add up all the kills of the Complexity boys and see how many they average per round throughout the game. It's really difficult to be even sad about Complexity getting eliminated here because of the fashion. Like, it's not like a gut wrencher like Fluxo yesterday, who put a really good fight against all odds. Complexity, we were giving more of a chance than what we were with Fluxo against a Liquid. Right. But yeah, at least Grim's got a smile on his face. Look, I've been in matches like this before, at majors before. We just completely outclassed. You're getting absolutely destroyed. There's nothing you can do. And at some point, yeah, you do just have to, I'm not saying accept defeat, but accept you're just getting owned.
Yeah.
You're just getting absolutely destroyed. Well, we already did have one 16-0. Maybe we get another here. Greyhound lost to Apex on Mirage 16-0. That was a rite of passage. Now, maybe it's Complexity's turn.
If anything, yeah, it's going to be a nice bit of a confidence booster that you got Misery.
This might be the first major where 2 16-0s have ever happened.
Yeah, potentially. Dead course.
They're going to win this one.
What have you done, Chad?
It's not me, it's the poll.
Ah, you pollers. Look what you've done.
Blame the social media team. Wait, this is the bomb. This is the bomb. He's on his own. A lead through the stone.
Oh, they lost the bomb and they're nowhere near him. Okay, really awkward now. This is the best bet. And the Kingdoms hit the no-scope onto Fang. A one-on-one for pride, for honor. Can Halzerg give him a round, something to hold on to in our final round of the half. Elige dancing around the pillar. 15. Liquid maintain it undefeated for an entire half of Counter-Strike. And we're going to take a break as Complexity, 1 round away from elimination.
That's the first guess. I'll do one of my teammates. Let's do trophy. See what we get.
Alright, now on.
Let's try. He's older than Soturan, another European player.
At more than 10 meters.
I guess from my team, like Rain, Carrigan fit that narrative. I'll try for Rain, see what happens.
Has Corsair only been at 9 meters?
Carrigan.
So he's from Europe. He's older than 32. Guys, we're going for Swedish legends or Polish legends now.
I think it might be Taz.
Nope, but it's one of the guys.
Yeah. I'm trying my best. Freiberg. No, he's 30.
I think Neo is playing with Taz, so it will be Pasha in that case. Okay, let's try Pasha beats. Yes, easy.
Let's go. I knew it, I don't know. I had a feeling.
So clever.
Pasha beats us also playing. Not it.
existence. None stung as much as this. I thought myself above his pain. That my pursuit of hope superseded naive ignorance.
A sussy start for Complexity, and they're looking to bring it back up at 0 after the first half.
You want some more sad numbers?
Oh, you got sad numbers?
Yeah, sad numbers. They only managed 4 opening kills in that first half, averaged 1.7 kills per round. And this is the best the mood in the Liquid camp has looked in a very long time. So thank you very much, Complexity. You've just given them the biggest confidence boost they could have hoped for.
Yeah, on your pick of Overpass. And you get nothing done on your attack. Now, let's not make no...
Actually, yeah, this is worse than getting 16-0 in a best of 1.
Yeah,
because that's middle ground. This is your choice.
This is like your best.
You've just made this a million times worse.
Oh, dear. Let's see. I mean, will we have a second? 16-0. Supposed to be a blue moon. To be clear, in competitive Counter-Strike, it is not supposed to... Look at the odds!
Jesus.
I haven't seen that before. And Elise puts Fang straight down. This could be it. JT rotating, scampering. Yakinda's going into an open B site. You might pull the plug on this. Look, he's going to call it clear. Do they commit? Are they committing?
They can still drop back.
To? It looks like they want to. Oh! JT is going to ruin our dreams of that 0 score line. 3 quick succession on the taps. He's got another one on him. Case alongside Nitro.
They're not going to clear this corner.
2 is asking too much as Floppy gets him. It's only Yakinda.
For the elbow.
No, and there you go. A denial as they start their path into 15 consecutive rounds.
And honestly, at least now, they can say we didn't get 16-0.
Yes, they can.
So that right there is it's an achievement. The smallest of victories that you could possibly have hoped for in an elimination match at the Challenger stage of the Blast TV Paris Major. And there you go. There you go. Yeah, look, a lot of people might think that's a bit silly considering the circumstances, but...
You have to. You have to. Yeah. What else are you going to do? You're going to go, oh, nice, boys, we're still going to lose. Nice one, mate.
Exactly.
Here we go. As JT is mad. He is definitely going to put it all and leave it all on the server. Why not? You know, we talk about nothing to lose. Well, you cannot lose another round here. Complexity.
Yeah, the margin for error does not exist. 0.
Nada. Rien. La. Qu'est-ce que ça? Nitro's got them Fang. And that's all they'll have to celebrate in this one. Nice second from Halzak. Nitro going to hit a couple of bursts, but it's Halzak for a 3rd. So, JT and Halzak combined. Good to see those guys managing to contribute. We are going to need every single member of Complexity to have rounds like that back to back, all the way back into a 15-15 scoreline. Now, Liquid are not going to get sweat on their brow for the entirety of this half. Right up until... What do you reckon? Yeah.
15-14, I would imagine. Yeah, at that point, then maybe, just maybe. But this is where Liquid will just take a very light investment, get the AKs out into the next. There's no stress here. There's no rush to... Well, you'd want to get it over as quick as possible, but take your time. Make sure you get the guns out. Make sure you just do this diligently. Don't let anything crazy happen. We did have an insane phase Vitality comeback, right? Vitality 14-1 down, first off of Anubis. This was a couple months ago now.
They got the bomb towards the bomb site, and they even got a frag as well. So you have a 3rd for Complexity to boast. Thank you very much, JT. I'm still thinking about that pistol, of course.
And you were right. Like, Yakinda walking into the site and it was empty. They could have pulled the plug at any moment, then have been able to double back.
I think that there was probably a conversation of that happening, but they were just like, you know,
we can just win this.
They were on the 15-0 mindset.
The confidence really helping them out there for sure.
Or to their detriment. I'm not saying anything, okay? I'm just saying that Liquid aren't, you know, the most stable team when it comes to the mental game.
It would be... I can't even.
Can't even? That's fine. Let's not even. Let's not even. JT. Another name.
He's evening right now.
Yeah.
Evening the odds.
What, the 20-1 odds?
Yeah, well, maybe they're 17-1 now. Now Zerg. I'm going to find anything down connector here. 3. Found the open avenue up long. This little internal timer will start ticking for that of Fang, who will need to dip back towards the site and deal with this. Oh, actually, the sound cue will help. So hearing the upper bathroom flash, it helps them understand just how far up in this transition they are. Bunch of smokes, bunch of flashes, some mollies to work with as well here. Halzok's AWP is starting to rear its ugly head up through connector, and unclear for Yakinda here. Something he is ready for, and you can see the pre-aim.
Yeah.
So, you know where the AWP is now. Apply more pressure to A.
Yeah, they're going long, and I love this. Elige first in. Look at Grim. He's got his head on a swivel. Good flash. He does manage to maneuver away. It should still be good, as Yakinda has just put his name in the feed thrice. As Nitro put the cherry on top, looks like it's all done. Unless... Yeah, denied as Nitro secures it. There you go. Business is certainly booming. Liquid, they'll take it in two. They'll take it convincingly in Complexity. They are going to have a very quiet bus ride home to the hotel, head in hand as their journey ends here. In this domestic derby. There was expectations for perhaps a little bit more of a volatile scoreline, perhaps you see.
Both maps were blowouts. Both maps were blowouts. You consider how that first map started 12-3 first half for Liquid, second map 15-0 on their map choice, as you so astutely pointed out. I think the fact that they got so absolutely dominated in that second map has actually probably lifted the mood in the camp for now for Complexity until they sit down and review and they talk about it. But when you get that owned, when you get that dismantled, you feel helpless. There's nothing you can do. Look, and at some point the acceptance came in that they were just getting brutalized. JT doing his best to put up a fight. They're going to be disappointed, that's no doubt. But these are competitors. They're not here to lose. They're not here to mess about. They're here to get those dubs and see if they can make it through the next stage of play. But this is it. This is it for Halzok's first major. It comes to a close. And the rest of Complexity as well. Yeah, you mentioned a long bus ride home. I think it's going to be a long flight home to see what comes next for this team. And Banks trying to grab a loser interview here. I want to see who the willing victim is. It looks like JT is the man who's been thrown into this one and ready on the sidelines.
Yes, it took a little bit of time to get the player to talk to JT. Thank you very much for giving me the chance to talk to you. I know this one's going to sting, and I know this one's going to suck, but at least getting that last round, is there a positive in there? You watched still some smiles and some cheers from you at the end of that?
I think none of us have been 16-0 before, so we're just like, we have to win this next round. This is like basically like the major final for us, just this next round. We didn't get 16-0, and besides that, I mean, we just played like shit, and it is what it is.
And when it comes to that though, both games started off so slow, you weren't able to get things going, and this is against the Liquid that I would say has not shown their best strength so far at this tournament. When it comes to playing against them, is this a mental block from you guys? What was missing? What was not getting going?
Honestly, everything was going wrong. We're losing all our duels, teamwork was off, like our reads were off, so I think just, I can't pinpoint on anything. I think just everything was really going wrong for us, and they were playing really well.
When I spoke to you guys about this before, I spoke to you about it during the pre-match interview as well. How do you build yourselves out of a situation like this when it's going wrong? You had this against Pain, you've had this in the past as well. There needs to be someone that can fire this back up or reset you guys.
I mean, it's typical. We have to just take tack pauses and decide what we want to do and decide what we want to fix. But the thing with that as well is like obviously they can change what they're doing. So sometimes we're trying to fix it and it doesn't work, or I'm not sure. Honestly, I just try to take tack pauses, see what's going wrong, just try and fix things.
Well, it is the end of the road here at the major for you guys. Is there any final words you want to say?
Just hopefully they win the next game. It's a big for NA, and especially after that, if they lose the next game, it'll be really disappointing.
So hopefully they go on for it. JT, thank you very much. We'll keep it moving. Back to you, Chad and Alex.
Thank you very much, Banks. Yeah, I like the way JT framed that, and as any good leader should at that point, you can sit there and go, well, we're nervous, 16. What else can you say? You know,
it's a consolation
to rally the troops.
Yeah, right. People will be there in the future. It's somewhere which hopefully they never have to find themselves again. I just did the maths on this. So over the last 3 maps played, the Pain game where they got blown out of the water 16-4, and then the 2 maps we just saw here in this Liquid series, they averaged 6 rounds per map. So the last 3 maps, probably something that Complexity want to forget. Liquid, on the other hand, definitely do not want to forget this level of performance. Yakinda, Nitro, Elige, Naf, OC, everybody performing on point. And we're back with James for an interview with Nitro.
Well, Liquid do the dirty onto Complexity and dominate from start to finish. I want to start by saying congratulations on the birth of your next child as well, mate. This is, you're bouncing back at the right time.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Now, this looks very easy. This is like the Liquid we expected to see, but what made that so easy to play against Complexity?
Obviously, we had a really slow start. We all thought that we weren't going to have a slow start, but we did. And they winning yesterday, like, oh my god, my throat is so dry.
Good.
All right, 1 second.
We're going to get a water. That's important. I want to be able to talk to him throughout all of this. Hydration, key to success throughout all of this as well. Especially after such a fast game, you know? You sweat out a bit more. So, yes, you were saying slow start and then coming back into it. So what did this game do for you?
So once we had the win yesterday, it kind of gave us like a confidence boost coming into it, and we played a really good boot camp before this tournament, which is obviously why we were saying that we're confident in all the interviews and stuff. We're playing really cohesive, and we just had a really bad best of ones, and now that we're best of threes, we feel like a new team. We feel reinvigorated. So, and obviously the win yesterday kind of gave us that confidence boost, like I said. So we're just taking it match by match. We're 2-2 now, and we know that we have a good chance still. We believe the whole time that we have a good chance to win. Even down 0-2, we understand that we're still in the tournament, so we're not like our heads aren't in our butts. Like we're still trying our best, and now we're 2-2, so now we really have a good chance to make it.
And I want to touch on OC as well. He seems to be playing better than we've ever seen him play. He seems to be playing with a huge amount of confidence. Is that something you've been working on?
Yeah, Daps and him and Yukender and me, I've been trying to, boost his confidence here and there, watching some demos of different offers, seeing what kind of style he really wants to have. And he's been having really he's been amazing this tournament. He's been having really good comms, boosting the morale and stuff. So we're all super proud of how he's been playing, and it's been good. Lately he's been having really good scrim results and all that stuff, so it's been good.
And you're very confident you're going to go make it and go all the way. So we all expect you to be in that situation now, one more game away.
Man, I'm not saying anything. No more confidence. I'm not saying anything, man. I'm not jinxing shite, okay? I'm not saying anything.
No jinxes. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow. Chad Halley, back to you.
No, I mean,
No more confidence.
No, put it in the bin.
We're just here to play Counter-Strike.
Well, you want confidence? Check this one out. I was reading the interview Blast TV did with Naf, and right at the end of it, of course it's the headline, so I was digging to see the context of it. They asked him, like, you have to take it on a game-by-game basis. How exactly do you do that from this point? And his response was, immediately we went back to our room after that Fluxo game and instantly reviewed, asking ourselves, why the fuck are we doing these things that we're doing?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah.
It is a good question. He just said we need to improve day by day, and I think it showed today up against Fluxo. Well, compound that with this complexity result. It's not doom and gloom.
Trending upwards.
Yeah, but your glass is often half empty.
No, I like Liquid.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Liquid can turn things around, right? It's all about this team's mental. That's all it comes down to here. The way that they work with each other and the way that they approach these matches, because what they can do as individuals, it was on display today. It has been on display for the majority of their careers. And if everything can click, if everything can work with this team, we know how good they can be. So I have confidence in Liquid. It's really going to depend on their matchup tomorrow, which is, well, going to be determined by the rest of the matchups we have today.
Yeah, talking about things clicking, I wish I had a lighter so I could click it up as we bring up. You have one?
No, it doesn't depend.
I was going to say, you've got so much utility. He's got a big bag of goodies as well. He's got everywhere. Apart from a light. But yeah, so in remembrance of the teams that have already been eliminated, maybe we can bring up a graphic to summarize this. It's only it feels like the game is, or rather the tournament has only just begun.
It's only day 3.
Day 3, and eliminated teams, that list is already full of, definitely some surprises, especially given the result just over on the OG Gamer Legion.
If you were going to power rank these in terms of most disappointing to see eliminated this early, it would start with Mouse, then OG, then Complexity, then Mongols, and then Fluxo, right? That would be the order here. So Mouse is the biggest loss we've had so far, and obviously you saw just how heartbroken they were yesterday. Really just not good enough at all. And OG today losing to Gamer Legion as well. So Gamer Legion have sent both of those names packing here. Liquid have sent home Complexity, and Fluxo and, well, Mongols, they got their ticket as well.
They gave it a good go.
They did.
It was a good game
against Monty, yeah.
It was competitive all the way, but yeah, you could see, and Mongols as well. It's becoming a recurring trend of this, close but no cigar.
Yeah.
It's when you want that little, you wanted to get that little extra out of the team, you can't help but feel like their regional locks and the ways in which they have to qualify, and it's not ideal in terms of eking out that little extra.
Yeah, when you talk about region, Mongols still have Greyhounds from the region still in the tournament. They're playing against NIP for a spot in the next stage. That'll be on the A stream coming up after the Phase 4's game, which is currently live. Blast.tv, you can check out all the action there. We have Apex versus Pain coming up next as our game, which is quite a tidy affair. Pain representing Brazil, obviously the Americas region, and Apex, another one of these international rosters that's been put together. Here's that A stream that I was just talking about. It was a very commanding first half from FaZe. I think it was 12-3.
Right.
Looking to close things down.
Yeah, and Force's pick, no less. It looks like they have managed to put up a bit of a fight. Jesus, they've got 5 in a row.
Nuke next and Inferno if they need it. So quite the normie map pool.
From 15-3 to 15-8, you can catch that over on the mainstream.
Scrawny and Launders.
It is too late. Turn back now. Do you not see?
TV Scraunders over there, and they're going to be shouting and screaming about that. So why don't we shut up? Because we've done our talking.
And we got more games.
And we got Apex Pain coming up just after the break. We'll be talking all about it and setting the scene for it. So don't go too far. Check out the A stream, and we'll BRB. Catch you in a minute.
first time Royal Arena, playing in 2017. We want to win the first time on Danish home soil. Device is sick. We have to play with Dennis as a stand-in. I don't sleep 1 second the whole night. I didn't even understand. I remember really 5 in the morning, going outside, going for a run. I was like, what is going on? Why can't I sleep? And then I go back and I try to sleep. My heart is pumping. I was like, why did I do that? Why did we go for a run? We go to the venue the next day, and I see the makeup artist, and I'm like, gotta help me. I didn't sleep the whole night. We somehow managed to get to the grand final. Everyone is really happy, and we're 9-0 up on third map. And somehow we managed to lose that. We were 9-0 up on T-side catch. I'm never going to watch that game back. Never. Ever in my life.
The Major has 3 phases. The qualifications phase, which includes both the RMR qualifiers and the RMRs, a playoff phase consisting of challengers and legends, and a finals phase called champions. The challengers and legends stages take place in May in France. For the challenger stage, 16 teams compete in a Swiss format across 4 days. Initial matches are best of 1, and all elimination and qualification matches are best of 3. 8 teams from the challengers advance to the legend stage. For the legend stage, the 8 teams from the challenger stage are joined by 8 teams that advance directly from the RMRs. These 16 teams compete in a Swiss format. Initial matches are best of 1, and all elimination and qualification matches are best of 3. 8 teams from Legends advance to Champions. Champions is the final stage of the Major. The 8 best teams of the competition play in a best-of-3 knockout bracket. The winner will have their name cemented in Counter-Strike history and will walk away with $500,000 US. Find schedules, team info, articles, and the best live viewing experience of the Blast TV Paris Major on blast.tv/major.
Time to get ready for Apex taking on Pain. The international roster looking to take down the Brazilians and secure themselves a spot in the next stage of competition. Legend stage awaits for one of these 2 teams and 2 names that you would be, well, maybe not expecting to see so far in the tournament. It's great to see the 2 of them getting to go toe-to-toe. Some newer names, Kix and JL, maybe not names you're so familiar with. However, you got the contrast of the Stiko, the Jakens, the Nork from the NIP days, and then Pain on the other side of the server. Big Yuzera, I love his story. The fact that he got thrust into the in-game leader role He's been looking great. He's been running with it. Great guns. And Zevi and Skulls, that is the young generation of this team who are bringing the firepower. The big fraggers, the Rifler and the Orpa duo, and they've been looking hot to trot. There are a lot of Pain fans out there, and not just from Brazil, Alex.
Yeah, dude, I mean, I make no secret of my Zevi fanboy moments. I think I just love a high-sense Orpa. There's a reason Simple's so flashy. Zevi's equally in that crazy EDPI kind of category. And you've got Apex as well in front of you. I mean, JL's been incredible. Some of his individual moments we've seen so far have been mind-blowing. Of course, Jacob, I don't know, just got a soft spot for him because it feels like he's always been on the grind. Like, he has not relented.
Another Norwegian, honorary Australian. Extremum didn't go so well for them, but found himself in this Apex team who have stuck with them over time, right? This chopped and changed the roster a bit. It didn't really feel like they were going to find too much success, but this major is the chance to change that conversation. The newest addition to the team, the in-game leader, Hickson. And then you got to talk about the coaching staff that isn't on the screen. Mitha, we all remember him from his tropes throughout Danish Counter-Strike. He helps out the academy team here as well as the main roster now. And Cuban, of legendary Golden 5 Polish fame from the 1.6 days, and even Virtus Pro when he was coaching them in CSGO. So, yeah, lots of history.
Lots of history, no doubt about it. I was actually very surprised to see Cuban in the hotel. Bloody
always smiling.
And he also looks great in the Apex jersey. Shout out to Apex for not making an ugly gaming jersey. It's actually very hard to do.
Oh, it's got a machine tick of approval.
In my mind, yeah. We all know about complementary colours. You know, that orange and blue does look rather professional. These guys look like they've come to do business, and they have been doing damage. Why don't we hear from JL himself as he recaps and recounts how they got here?
So, JL, I want to start by the thing of saying your first major. It's also the last major at 23 years old. What does this mean for you?
It means a lot. I mean, I'm 23 years old, but my CSGO career hasn't been that long. So I'm still a youngster, like, even though I'm 23, like, I'd say it's not a number that matters. Yeah, so I'm feeling good.
And you're proving it in the server, because it's not a number that matters, but your numbers are damn good. You must be feeling super confident.
After that G2 game, super confident.
Come on.
I mean, there's no shame to losing to one of the best teams in the world, and they're major champion contenders, and like they played super well.
And what did you say when it comes to that, then, when you look back at a game versus G2? What do you learn from it? What did Cuban tell you? What did you review?
I mean, of course they played well, but I think we lost to ourselves. I mean, I think we were the favorites in coming into Anubis, but I mean, we played really bad. Like, we made mistakes that we never would do in real games, and we lost ourselves. We didn't play confident, we were scared. I mean, we're playing against Monis, Nico, Hunter, JKS, Hooksy, for goddamn sake. Like, it's super big lineup, like, yeah, it's a lot.
It definitely is. Now, I also want to touch on the fact that you and your relationship with Cuban, from Mad Lions to now, how important is it that, like, he believes in you, that he wants you with him?
It means a lot to me because, I mean, he's a guy with huge experience, the Golden 5, and I see that he believes in me and trusts in me and know that I can become like a good tier 1 player, and it means a lot because there are not many players that can do that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it.
I like it. I love your confidence, man. Now, today, though, you've got to have a huge amount of confidence and a good game plan because Pain, they've been spending a lot more time on these big events in Europe. They've had a lot of good games under their belt. What do you make of it when it comes to preparing a game plan for this type of team? Because they're very different to your usual opposition.
Actually, not sure about the game plan because, I mean, I try to stay away from game plans because we don't want to make it too much cooks in the kitchen. And as players, I mean, me at least, I found out about the game plan before the game, before each map, and I think it's the right way to go because, I mean, that's sort of a player who doesn't like to think about the game too much. I just want to do my things and play my own game, and that's when I perform the best. But I think we just have to trust in ourselves and play the game and not overthink it. Oh, they came to 3B, 4B, just go for it and kill them. If they're 4B, just kill them. Like, it's that simple.
So we're looking for a lot of heads-up Counter-Strike.
Yes, of course. Just simple, go kill, and that's it.
I like it, JL. Thank you very much, man. Good luck.
That's JL there, and yeah, you know, talking and considering himself still a youngster, as his career is obviously just really getting going. He's hanging out at his first major, and it's not a bad haul so far.
Yeah, I think when he's referencing that G2 game, that's a sound way to look at things, right? You're going up against one of the best teams here within the Challenger stage, one of the top 5 teams coming into this tournament alongside like the Na'Vi, Vitality, Heroic. You have FaZe in that conversation as well as G2. So there's no shame in losing that, but you saw Anubis was where they wanted to take that battle, and Nork in that game had a fantastic showing. But with the man on your screen, JL, Tidy Rifler, good to see the Cuban believing in him, and for him and Kixon, it will be their first majors at all, not just under the Apex colours. You got Jacob, who's played 8, Steeko's been at 4. Actually, it's Nork's first major as well, so 3 fresh bloods.
What did you make of his take on, players not having the game plan and not too many cooks in the kitchen, just getting on a map-by-map basis? Does that make sense to you? You've had to be the guy making the game plan with some help, I imagine.
It depends on the team, and I think it depends on the level of Counter-Strike you're playing. If you're playing the upper echelons, then everybody needs to be understanding everything that's going on. For a team like this, who I think are still on the rise and still working out who they're going to be, I think, especially for players like Jacob, I don't think knowing the game plan is too important, because Jacob's a bit like a blunt object. He always was in the 100 Thieves days. I think when I watch him now, he still is the same, and I don't mean that in any negative sense. He's something that you can bludgeon your opponent to death with, right? He's fantastic at finding like opening kills and being aggressive. So for some of the individuals, yeah, you might not all need to be too clued in on the game plan. And especially in best of ones, right? But in this game against Pain, who play, I want to say, a pretty standard version of Counter, that's one of the things that we liked about their approach. I think that their individuals making plays and making space can be one way to make Pain crack, right? So if we can see a bit of that today, if we can see JL rifling while Jacob getting stuck in, then there's a chance for Apex. Yeah, I think people have this as a 50-50 game.
Yeah, 50-50 for sure. And interesting though, their world ranking is pretty, inseparable. You got world rank 18 according to HLTV, 24 for Apex, and let's bring up Pain. They actually come in as the higher rank, the higher seed in that respect, and we'll have a look at that roster. If you're unfamiliar, these are some names you're gonna be hearing a lot from. Skulls, Zevi, Hardzao, Biguzera, and Nekis, who's gonna be making all those calls, and it's gonna be interesting as well just to see how things shape up. In terms of players to watch, I've obviously made Zevi mine. Is there anyone else you put on that list? Biguzera? That's a high flyer.
I think it has to be Zevi and Skulls if we're looking for firepower. I think Biguzera, though, how it just does a fantastic job in terms of the impact he finds for this team, as well as being the in-game leader, a role that he wasn't doing before, a role that he had to pick up when they had the roster change, right? And I look at Nekis, he's the man who was on the bench. He returned to the team, and he's come on in. He has a great attitude, Nekis. We got to speak to him a lot back in Pro League and just chat with him about how things are, and they have a very good attitude about things, Pain, and I just love the way that this team grinds through. They're always under everybody's radar. This is the best Brazilian team in the world. Oh, actually, no, this Furia. This is the second best Brazilian team in the world right now.
Yeah, and they've been trying for a while. Biguzera, Hardzao, and Nekis on the Pain roster since 2019. And in contrast, of course, the other Zevi, Skulls, and Forget Me arriving just last year. But in that conversation, they've been chasing this for a while, but now they might have found the right mix.
Yeah, and this wouldn't have even been the roster if PKL hadn't decided to step down. I think he had some health issues or some personal issues. So then Biguzera has to take over in-game leading, and then Nekis comes back off the bench. And then at that point, it all just works out of this perfect blend. I think we'll call it a happy accident.
Yeah, happy accidents. I have them all the time. Let's go ahead, though, and check in with Nekis as he was talking just ahead of this game.
So Nekis, how does Pain view their performance so far at Major? Because in the games you won, you absolutely dominated, and against FaZe, it was super competitive.
Yeah, the thing is that we're playing super good lately. We're super confident playing the matches. Of course, if you play against FaZe, it's gonna be hard. You cannot win like you won against Flux or Complexity. They're very good teams too, but FaZe, it's probably one of the contenders of winning the major. So yeah, we are super confident, and we hope we can do the massive win against Apex today.
Now, I want to understand your story a bit more, because I know for you guys, you haven't been home for a long time. You've been playing a lot of international events, you've been boot camping in Europe, getting good practice in. So tell me and the viewers at home how long this has been, because it's been a few months, right?
Yeah, since I joined the team, it was maybe in February or something like that. They were already competing in Mexico, so they were outside home for a while. But right now, I think I'm 4 months, maybe 5 away from home, so it's massive. Sometimes it's really bad, but it's we are here for this. We want to win the major, we want to go to the finals or something like that. So we need to put a lot of effort and work on these things. So yeah.
And how much time have you guys spent in boot camps within Europe and getting the European practice?
Okay, we were playing in Serbia for 15 days. Yeah, it was very good for us. We built a lot of good strategies. We built a very good structure as well during the practice. So yeah, playing against European teams, practicing against them is always better. So yeah.
And how much does it mean for you guys to make it to the Legend stage and go another step further? Because Stockholm, when it was a previous Pain, you know, the first time they got to a major, it was a very difficult time for Pain, right? It was a tough one. But this looks like completely different. You guys are in great form. The numbers, the stats, everything's looking good for you guys.
Yeah. The thing is that we treat the things like step by step, you know. So I think the first major that we played, it was the first step. Right now we are going to the next step, which is going to Legends. Maybe we can go a step further, maybe going to playoffs or something like that. But it's gonna be great.
It's going to be great. Now going up against Apex, though, this is a team that I think a lot of people didn't expect to be shining so well here. How do you think they fit into your play style, and what do you learn about them? What do you think they're going to be able to challenge you on more so than, say, Flucto and Complexity did?
Yeah, I think they are just like us. Nobody trusts in them and in us going to the Legend states, maybe. So I think it's gonna be a match like equally. It's gonna be a tough match for sure. So I think they have a play style very similar to us, to be honest. And yeah, I think it's gonna be hard.
So you think this is gonna be one of the tougher games?
Yeah, I like the tougher games.
Let's see if we get it done. Neckers, thank you very much, mate. Good luck.
That's a one sound dude, is he not? I mean, everything that comes out of his mouth, I'm just sitting there nodding along like a dog.
Yeah, great little interview right there. Lots of nuggets for us to take in the cast. We've got the video on the screen here. Standard ban for Apex. Pain getting rid of Overpass. This one, I think maybe an ancient pick for Apex, something that they have success on. What are we looking here? We could go anywhere if we're Pain. Mirage maybe. Vertigo is something they're confident in. Yeah, Vertigo pick here. I think Inferno should go out in the next wave for Pain. Oh, it's actually...
You're killing this.
Yeah, sorry, it's actually... Oh, no, yeah, it was Pain. Okay. I think we're going to end up on... Well, I didn't think that, but all right, we ended up on Anubis. Ancient... it's the Holy Trinity! Ancient, Vertigo, and Anubis. This is Series of the Day.
Yeah, we are going to be very happy with this one. Ancient, Vertigo, Anubis. That is our matchmaking stacks, 3-stack. And we need to take a quick break to prepare ourselves ahead of this one. Apex, Pain. One of these teams is locking themselves in for the Legend stage at the end of this series. But first, we're taking a quick break.
Our first time Royal Arena, playing in 2017. We want to win the first time on Danish home soil. Device is sick. We have to play with Dennis as a stand-in. I don't sleep 1 second before the match. I didn't even understand. I remember me 5 in the morning, going outside, going for a run. I was like, what is going on? Why can't I sleep? And then I go back, I try to sleep. My heart is pumping. I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I even go for a run? We go to the venue the next day, and I see the makeup artist, and I'm like, gotta help me. I didn't sleep the whole night. We somehow managed to get to the grand final. Everyone is really happy, and we're 9-0 up on third map. And somehow we managed to lose that. We were 9-0 up on T-side catch. I'm never going to watch that game back. Never in my life.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Apex Pain is what we have to dig our teeth into, and I reckon this is going to be the game of the day, Chadney. At least for us, we've got some fantastic maps and we've got some fantastic teams. Look at the odds. This is exactly what we were talking about. These two teams, and we heard it in the Neckers interview as well. He considers that both of those teams fall into that category of, you know, people don't necessarily have the most trust in us.
That's a good way to frame it, wasn't it?
But we've got 2 wins.
Yeah.
Both of these teams are one best of 3 away from the Legends stage. I doubted them in the RMR. I doubted them before, but now one of them about to be a legend. Pain, Apex. You look at North, a name that we've seen chewed up and spat out the ninjas in pajamas, leaving him high and dry. And Pain finally finding the right recipe of 5, now locking horns for a battle in the Legend stage.
Yeah, you mentioned best of 3. It is actually Pain's first best of 3 at the Challenger stage. So there's some best of ones up to this point, but they're fast out mid. Just taking the VIP, taking the fight. All 5 pushing out, getting the headshots. The kills keep coming. It's a 1-on-2.
That is the earliest clutch Steeko's been handed.
They ran that same pistol against Cloud9 in the Brazzy party.
They did.
They're the same pistol. Exactly the same. They had 5 straight out the gut to mid and took the fight. That's exactly the same way that Pain approached that matchup. It's not even that long ago.
And just out-traded. You know, like if Zevi doesn't get 2, if Skulls only gets 1, we got ourselves a 2-on-2 mid-round. But now it's Steeko, and I've got to say, another name that's, you know, I mean, this is why the Apex roster is easy to love. You've got many players who've been doing this a long time. Good goosh. Skulls going to be limited now.
Very limited indeed. So with that bomb down towards Elbow, look at all those X's. Well, it marks the spot here.
I love it, though. We get to watch like a full 1-minute use of a 1v2. You know, like he's using his time.
He's gone around the world, from B all the way back through A main, and you can see they've actually put Skulls a little bit more in the backline here with the lower HP.
Okay. So, expect Steeko.
Why is no one looking?
Fudge is going on here. 1. Oh, no! Skulls nearly finished the meal right there. He needed to hit the head. Now Steeko can get the bomb. This is one hell of a way to start a series. He smokes the fake zone red side. Interesting. Plant on A. Will Skulls hear it? Work it out. See what that implies. Where he goes.
This is almost impossible for Skulls.
If you go around the world, Steeko, that would be ridiculous.
He's done more steps in this round than most of us do in a day.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's got his 10k here.
Steeko's on the round.
So beautifully, you can see that face of concentration. Molly lets him know exactly where the fight's coming from. 10-second defense, Skulls holding it, trying to dismount, making noise, and procedural for the finish. That is beautiful work from Steeko. Cool, calm, and he will collect the pistol.
And Big Zero is going to feel pretty hard done by. What was that Seraph about right there? I thought they would try and have Skulls forward to take contact first.
Miscommunication?
I'm not sure. I guess a very hard round to try and piece together considering how much time it was. But this is how the round started. You get Zevi with the double up on the way out. Sure, he helps Neckers go down as well, but this is fantastic work. Skulls and Zevi, the 2 star players of this team, get 4 kills between the 2 of them, and then Steeko pulls off a clutch. So that is not the best way for Pain to start considering the circumstances for Apex. They're loving life.
Yeah, let's see if they can build upon this. Easy to fall foul to an MP9, a CZ, a 5-7, all very potent in these right close angles. Into Jag already, though. That's one of the close angles covered. Across the box, Jacob can now housekeep that donut fight. Skulls red, the smoke has faded. Molly to force a decision from that cave player, so now they can isolate this duel if it was there.
Yeah, very common
this
Molly.
Is cool.
Very common Molly you're going to see to take phase 2 of cave there. So they're just applying so much pressure. Whether or not they want to finish here, that's another question. You can see where the bomb is outside the B doors right now. So there's no hurry in this. Hanzhao and Donut, Zevi over towards A. The other 3 have gravitated towards this action on the B bomb site now. And Neckers just locked out that smoke. Oh no, he's still got it in his hands.
Okay, yeah, trading smokes.
That would have been heard that tags somebody, but they won't know that it's a boost that's been assembled here.
Just awareness of presence short, and now more utility drops. That's interesting to throw that one down, implying that the boost is elsewhere. But
has he missed that, or is that to lurk through from the long side? I'm curious now. Yeah, okay, so Skull's going to take a fight on ramp here, I'm sure.
Forcing forward. Oh, burning. Well-placed Molly, but has a... Oh, no, he does it on the spread. Good catch from Steeko. Doubles up as well onto Big Uzera, but this is a Zevi double MP9 spray. Steeko will make it a triple anymore, as he's already won the pistol 1v2. Jacob catches Hanzhao in rotation, and it leaves it all onto Neckers in that cave position. Finally, he has a chance to contribute with his rather flamboyant and fabulous fuchsia. combination. There you go, Steeko, another 4. What does that put him up to? 2 rounds in, 6-0 for Martin Steek.
All right.
Stike.
We might need some more.
I need
people at home to use the hashtag BlastTV Major and let us know how to get the bits and bobs correct. But this is Zevi just holding it down and getting the double up through the smoke right there. That's a tidy way to get a 2-piece feed on the MP9, but it will be the eco for Pain now. So handling business in 2 somewhat sketchy scenarios right there. So this is a really good start for Apex. You have to be loving this, and I like that. It's another theme of what you're going to be seeing here is the evolution of this map.
Did you see the stack nade lineup? Like 3 people are doing that triple nade on the
just soften
from elbow. Yeah, it's really cool.
This is the fun thing of newer maps, right? They're still evolving. Whereas like Vertigo, it doesn't feel like it's evolving at all.
It becomes that.
Ancient and Anubis definitely out.
Yeah, like an innovation of rock, paper, scissors. You know, they start adding the lift and the spark. Down goes Jacob. Nice handling by Kixen. And JL builds upon it as well. The damage inflicted the round 1. Hardzao just going to be galloping around.
I want to start setting the scene for the next round of play here. So I just referenced the Brazzy Putty match that Pain had against Cloud9 and their pistol. On the CT side, they ran all 5 out mid, exactly as they did here against Apex. Well, early on in that Cloud9 matchup as well, they wanted to contest for middle. Hardzao dead. And what they did was, I call this the G2. G2 were the first team I saw doing this. They send players over towards A, go through Donut. 1 player from A will flash over towards middle. They'll have 1 guy red. 2 guys come out Donut and fight mid, 1 guy red to also assist and flashes and smokes from A, and then 1 guy just caretaking B. So let's see if that's part of the game plan here early. Actually, I can tell you, it's probably not part of the game plan here early.
Is going?
Double orbs immediately from Pain Gaming, so I like it. I enjoy the fact that they're investing in this early. It means that they can free up Zevi a little bit here. Hardzao will be able to lock down A as that anchor with his own AWP, and Zevi can wield this elsewhere. And it's the right call, because guess what? Apex coming fast B.
This is quick. Extinguish. And look at Kixen. He is kicking open the door. Look at the flash. His neck is so blind doing the dance. So many bodies on the site. He still draws blood. It's Neckers and Zevi. Oh, making up a fuss. A leg shot, not enough, not sufficient. JL alive and kicking. Just about. Cave smoke will fade. They got another one there. That's lovely. He whips out the AWP as well. Nork. I mean, what a perfect counter to a double AWP setup.
Yeah, just overrun here. Zevi, if you got that kill onto JL, maybe we have a conversation, and maybe we do now. Hardzao takes down Nork, overstepping the mark. The smoke is no good.
That's awful. That's awful. It means JL can actually, with 2 HP, contribute. He should have the surprise for 1. Neck is gone. Steeko already a good one. And Biguzera does fall to JL. They will hold on. Thought that frag from Hardzao's AWP was going to be providing just a little more, and yeah, no, not to be. As he gets away, I reckon.
Yeah, JL should go down to the bomb here. There's no way he's getting out of dodge with 2 points of health. They do not retain an AWP for Nork here, but that's all good. They have more than enough cash if they'd like to bring one out. You've already got 9k for Kixen. I know they have to rebuy right now, but this is a great start. I've got my eyes on that mainstream as well if you want to check out that actionblast.tv.
Thought Forge were really forging quite the comeback as well on that first map.
Oh, this is FaZe's map pick now as well, so looking to try and punish them here on Nuke. But yeah, this smokes being deep and Joe having that gap, it meant they didn't really have to panic. And happy with that. So good to see the hype here out of the Apex lads. It's just going to be this AWP that was saved, which has been handed over towards Zevi to try and make at least something as mid control completely taken here. Now, I referenced that mid play that Pain had gone for in the past. The fact that they had opened up with double orbs and didn't find any success. I think that's going to put their game plan in a bit of a tailspin, because it is going to be round 6 before we see the rifles come out again in its full capacity for the Brazilians. Now, the best thing they have right now is a Hardzao smoke over towards A. If he can stop the A main push, at least the rotation for Zevi can get back over. Noisy. Jacob will have heard that and has communicated. You see the lips moving right there. So I know that at least somebody is back over towards A, but what does he have? Well, that's a question we'll have to wait and see. As apparently that's enough information to get the bomb floating all the way back to join that of JL outside the B doors. And this consistent info play push is now Pain coming down loft.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a banana skin here.
Orb's gone.
You could lose something. You've lost the orb, sure, but if you round this corner a bit laxly. Nicole, they do go down. That's what you needed. Kixen keeps it all under.
Look like JL's gun jab.
Hello? Jacob? Skulls, I mean, it goes both ways. Neither of them got the full movement. But I think, yeah, he hasn't made a sound. Skulls and Jacob have passed each other in the smoke. It's a slightly awkward turn of events, but it feels like Nork is still checking.
Yeah, he's ready. Whoa, not ready for that, but ready for something.
Yikes. Yikes.
Should be dead in a moment. Here comes Jacob. And now it's just removing this AWP that Hards Out did scavenge off the corpse of Zevi, so he donated it, only to get it back. Yeah. Really recycling this one.
You already talked about that, yeah, the ramifications of going for that early double up. There's a reason we don't see it all too well, all too often. It's seen as more of like a panic button people can hit, and by the time you recover from the investment, you find yourselves in a bit of a hole.
Yeah, I like the pace from Apex out the gates early, though. They didn't do a default spread. They just kind of went for a bit of an uppercut. And there's not too many teams who are approaching the game like that. I was speaking to a couple of players. I won't be throwing their names under the bus here, but they're like, yeah, Apex in some regards can be a bit like Fury of V2 in terms of their stubbornness and their aggression in looking for fights here.
Well, also, what we talk about with Furia is that it's either going to work magnificently or fail catastrophically.
Precisely, yeah. Here's this push. Ooh. Okay, the flashes are going to come over. They're going to push 2 out donut. 1 red, 1 B.
Okay, well, to receive. Jacob kicks it, flashes, and bodies are being sprayed on down. 1 for 1, Hards Out double. And Payne leave with the advantage. It was all worth it. Off the Zevi flash. What is he doing? Going ahead of the flash. Beautiful handling of business on the ramp. He gets and extends their lead. And you'd think with a flash like that, you've got some confidence pushing the smoke, but Big Uzera had the perfect counter.
But this is the layers on this, right? So they know that at least 3 bodies are being dedicated to making that mid play happen. 1 red, 2 out donut, and then somebody from A throwing. So it means there can only be 1 player on B. So of course the punish would be best to go up that long ramp position. So Big Uzera, knowing these layers, understanding that once they see that play towards middle, expects the most likely option and now sets them up with a 2v4 to close.
Great way to find your first round, unless Nork has got something to say about it. Does connect onto Nekid.
Here.
They know he was likely on this side. Cubby to be cleared. They got to be diligent about this. Stiko playing with fire, loses his life. And now Zevi can lock it down as well. Wow, disrespecting the flames all the way down to 10 HP.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he really was worried about Big Uzera.
Well, Nork has the bomb here, and he had a phenomenal showing on Anubis versus G2. He was owning Modesty. He was having a great game. So let's see what he can get done here. I'm not sure if he's even going to give it a crack, but Big Uzera being noisy means the site is being somewhat evacuated. Nork, red carpet, rolled out, bomb can go down. He can set himself up here. Big Uzera is going to realize he's made the wrong call, and Nork knows that the player will be rotating back quite quickly here.
Yeah, but as soon as he sees this is clear, he can assume Cave's occupied, right?
Unless he feels he's dropped off. Wait, it might not matter.
Oh my god, he's got him.
Remember,
Big Uzera down.
Zevi's
Needs to reposition. And yeah, Zevi made himself low. Braving the flames, it could come back to haunt him. A pistol could finish it if he can connect onto Hards Out. Pushing in, Nork lets it go, and he is going to be frustrated with that one. He felt like it would all come together, everything was correlating and lining up for a clutch. But that's Payne's first. And they do manage to wipe that slate clean. Felt like that Mountain would come back to haunt them, but a triple out of Hards Out.
I feel they deserve that round anyway. Payne approached that in a nice way. They were ready for all the reactions Apex had up their sleeve, and they actually pick up the secondary AWP there. So something that Payne clearly want to run with on this CT side. So double AWPs once more. And this was it out mid. Now, this can definitely go against you if you are Payne, because whoever's in spawn, I think it was Stiko throwing the supported flashes, would make sense. It's him and Kixon who do the majority of the utility for this Apex team. That you can just keep waterfalling them, right? But you saw there that Payne came out on top of the flash battle.
Interesting stuff. Already going for that walk, but this time it's dead side. Kixon just got a full dig through that bang from Big Uzera. Big Uzera now cut down to size. That is aggressive from JL. Take it easy. Skulls is ready for the rebuttal.
Hards Out's in trouble.
Yeah, he is in a lot of trouble. Hards Out. Yeah, sure. He's tagging shots, finishes it off onto Nork. The 1-2 punch, and he will post up for main. Stiko needs help. And he just Jake him on the site. Mollies are in. Smoke CT. Can they get that bomb down and set up for a 2v3 post plant?
It's winnable rounds here for Apex.
They've got 3 though. They're going to come in from every avenue. 1 CT, 1 Temple, and Stiko. Oh my god, he's alive and kicking. Hards Out lets it go. That's info. Looking for trouble. Nekid now on donut. Not enough. Jacob, great shot. Takes down Zevi. The rest are low. He knows there's 1 Temple. Takes the fight to the donut player. Can be position. Play the time. He's got no bullets. He can work with that. 6. He only needs 1. He will put it across the line. Jacob clutches up, and Cuban, he is happy with that one. Pain Gaming sent straight back to spawn.
And this man on the screen right here, maybe you haven't seen him in the last couple of years, right? But he used to be part of the Renegades 100 Thieves roster, the one that made it to the semi-final of the Berlin Major, back for Starladder in 2019. It was quite the run. I think they ended up losing to eventual winners, well, not eventual winners, eventual finalists, which makes sense.
Yeah.
The eventual winners would have been Australia.
Vice broke the trophy.
Yeah, that's right. Probably not the first device is broken there, but Jacob, he's been around the block, and then some.
He has.
It's a bit of a backbreaker around there, isn't it? Straight down to just pistols here. This is a fantastic start for Apex.
Yeah, this is very promising. And for a team that, you know, I imagine there is a slight edge given to them in the sense that they might be overlooked in the depths of prep from some teams, but obviously when you know the head-to-heads come and you'll have a look. But Apex, already from their T side, you can see that have given it, a considered thought. Constant different shapes and forms this attack has taken. Big Usera's already tagged down, Frag, Stiko will find them both, and now the site is theirs, the round as well to follow. Good catch from the Obs as he gets every single one. Jacob's got mid-clear. And it's hard sell, yeah.
Deathmatch. That's what that was.
It is, but is this, I mean, if they can play it, this is the kind of game they'll happily take all the way to the bank. You want to DM with us, you want to go pound for pound, toe to toe, then we're in.
This Apex roster is really interesting.